hokey. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out this summer in June. Liquid death.
Mountain water.
Why is it called liquid death?
Because that's what they named it. I don't fucking know.
That made me think about water. I thought it was a beer.
I know. I think that's kind of the idea. But they don't want, they use metal, or they use aluminum instead of plastic because it's supposed to be better for the environment. Because plastic's so bad for the environment.
Right.
Anyway, so let me get this computer on.
Yeah, it's still set to come out in June, supposedly.
These things right here are stupid.
I told you, Fox. You're good as shit.
I was gonna get Hippie's pizza if you were gonna eat.
Happy?
Hippie's.
The fuck is that?
Look it up. Hippie's Pizza in Royal Oak.
Okay, Fox. I'm with that.
What?
I'm with that.
Wait till you see all that.
Craft pizza. Barbecue. Pizza.
That ain't all. Deal.
Chicken parmesan. Ooh, the club. Now that's one of my shits. I live for a club.
That's not even a good pizza.
Don Ho.
What's Don Ho?
Pizza sauce, mozzarella, ham, pineapple, bacon, and onions. Fat bastard. Hero pizza.
Hero pizza?
Mozzarella.
Oh, Hero.
Meat. Oh.
You said Hero, it sounded like.
I did say Hero.
I was like, that's why I was like, I know what a Hero sandwich is. I don't remember seeing a Hero pizza.
Euro.
Euro. Or gyro, whatever.
Gyrosphere.
But it's actually a Euro. Is what I've
Euro.
I've always heard it called.
Oh, it's got that shit you like.
I know, that's my favorite one. That's what I get all the time.
Tzatziki. Oh, fuck. And then that feta. How do you eat that feta? Jesus Christ. It smells horrid, Fox. Oh my goodness. I work with feta every day. That is one of the toppings that we offer.
I know, and it would be great on one of your sandwiches.
Oh my god, it's horrible, Fox.
If it's good feta.
I guess we will, because people do it all the time.
There's good feta and there's bad feta.
You got a sandwich that it comes on.
You didn't even get to the good ones yet. That's just the regular, like the normal shit. There's good, well, don't go too far. You gotta get to like,
Porkies.
you know.
Oh, cheddar on a pizza. I might like that. That's too much ham, though. Jesus.
Well, that's why it's called Porkies.
Pork, but you need pulled pork, ham, and bacon?
Yeah.
I would fuck that up. Pesto primo. I actually found out that I like pesto sauce.
Yeah, this was pretty good.
No, not that I
Well, yeah. Okay. There's gonna be some with feta on it, yes.
Oh, come on, Marley. Toasted hemp seeds. It's got pineapple on it.
Not have the heart, Marley.
It's got pineapple on it.
I'll kill you.
Did you do
Yeah,
it?
this is going on. Mario, the Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Pepperoni and mushrooms.
And then Cheech John.
I might have passed that one earlier because they ain't alphabetical order.
No, it's like those are their, they have different selections.
They ain't alphabetical order.
No, I know what I'm saying is it'll start over.
Oh.
Because they have like different styles of pizzas. Like your craft pizzas and you have your crazy pizzas and deluxe pizzas, which is the ones that are sweet.
The hell is Extreme Scooby?
I have no idea.
Scooby snacks.
What are some of these things?
A hot dog with toppings wrapped in pizza dough and then baked.
Oh shit. Hey Brian! What you wearing, guy? My cat looked at you like, what are you waving at me for?
Everything doesn't revolve around you smoking.
He thinks it does.
You have to learn that.
Me, he'll never learn.
Those days of being a kitten are over.
He's not big enough yet.
It's time to grow up and be a grown cat. Oh, those are raps.
That was all there. Keep going. Yellow Submarine, Woodstock.
Oh yeah, that's the Beatles. Woodstock, the Willie Nelly.
A sweet potato pizza.
Come on, is that a Fox? Sweet potato tots.
He
Oh, you
said,
got goat cheese on it too?
doing good. He asked how we're doing. He misses you, baby mama. He doesn't miss me though. Fuck you.
Sir, could you not? You so Fox, why are you so jealous?
It is me.
You just threw me a slick little I miss you. And you
Got jelly.
great jelly. With all that aside, I miss you too, Brian.
You didn't look, see that? Keep going. We gotta find the fucking
Oh, I'm trying to.
Porky's on vacation.
Got pineapple on it.
I know. They like to add pineapple to their pizzas.
Which sucks because I can't eat pineapple.
I know. Mac
Ooh.
Daddy, they got a macaroni lasagna
Lasagna?
pizza.
Oh, that sounds good. I like it.
Probably not. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
What happened?
He says he misses his best pizza. The Gorgon,
You know he miss you like you tripping.
Garden Pizza. There's just so many fucking choices.
Right, like how do you
Destroyer, which is a hot dog pizza.
sliced hot dog?
Yeah, it's a fucking coney. A coney pizza.
Here it is.
I've had that one.
Mozzarella cheddar, I like. Ricotta, I like. I like chicken and steak, taco seasoning, tomatoes, and I can do black olives on the pizza. With taco sauce and cheddar sauce. Yeah, I don't have an issue with any of that.
Nah, it's fun. It's just a taco pizza. I know you.
It's pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty good.
It could be alright.
It is. So
Okay.
I'm fine with that if we decide today.
I don't know.
What?
I just ate, so probably not next week.
Well, whenever you decide to get it.
I mean, I might get that stone, but I don't know.
Whenever you decide to get it. Next week,
Anyway, anywho,
sir.
let's hear what you got to say. I thought it was. I think the show's too short. That's my only real complaint.
That's what I was telling you about last week. Supposedly, only the first couple of episodes are like that. It's the sitcom episodes. Shit is stingy as hell. Get my throat together.
No, I can read what he said. You would have laughed at me yesterday. I tried to ride my kick like yuck-ups. It was icy and I fell off, but I was a bit drunk. Yeah, you do that. You get a bit drunk. Motherfucker talking to you all night all the way home. Wasted.
Not falling off a bike. I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Well, it's a kick bike, so it's like one of those scooter things.
I Oh,
The electric scooter thingy. I think
I
that's
get
what
you
it is.
there. When you said kickback again, I'm like, okay, but you know what? That is exactly what that sounds like.
And I wanted to say Jacob, but it's Jacob. So, anyway.
Child, you an American.
But I feel like,
Of course you're going to be inconsiderate of other people's cultures.
I said Jacob. I didn't say
You
Jacob.
said you wanted to say Jacob.
Because that's what it said.
And that's what I'm saying. I was making a joke because supposedly our Americans are intolerant of other cultures.
Which
Sir,
we are.
when I have to explain
I
my
am.
jokes, Fox, it makes me real sad. You're supposed to be with me.
No.
Anyway, finish what you was saying about. Oh no, I was.
He did not get hurt. He didn't lose his energy drinking. Oh, Buddy lost his energy. Which is a good thing. He shouldn't drink them fucking things anyway. What the fuck?
Oh, dead.
He's got like diabetes.
Oh, dude, no, energy drinks. No.
I'm sure they're sugar free, but still. And they're in Sweden, so they're probably like healthy energy drinks somehow.
This is true.
They figured out how to make them healthy, and we just don't. It just costs a little bit extra. It costs like 2 pennies more, and it tastes exactly the same. But they're like, no, just like that Flint water shit. Same thing.
Same fucking thing.
Same thing. They're like, we can give them water, or we can give them this poison water, but the water costs like 50 cents more.
So poison water it is. I mean,
It is
say
sugar
what,
free.
Chuck.
I figured it was sugar free.
Well, that's good at least. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need energy drinks. Live free, Brian.
Sir.
I don't know what that means. Anyway.
It sounds like a kind of
I
house
felt. Well, he came out like a long time ago.
That didn't change the way that sounded.
He's been out for a minute.
They don't change the way it sounded. Live free. Be who you are.
If you know Brian and you don't know the truth, you don't know Brian.
I just said it sounded like a coming out slogan.
Oh, well, maybe.
But
Like-
sir,
Like, what's her name? Lady Gaga?
yes. Mm-hmm. But as I was telling you though, before you so rudely interrupted me, I'm just playing. Yeah, that's supposedly like the first couple of episodes are supposed to be like that because they're supposed to be keeping up with the theme of like sitcom TV shows.
Yeah, I got that.
So eventually they are gonna go to like
Law and Order style, so it's a 40-minute show.
it'll be like the Mandalorian. It'll go like 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, because that's the 30-minute shows are just like
They want it to be as true to the sitcom era as
she
possible.
remembers, yeah. Because it's supposed to be her memories of.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, did you catch that dope ass moment when it went from the old school ratio to the widescreen, the movie
It's
widescreen?
done it a couple times. Yeah, it did when it spanned out the first time. When it went to the TV station, it showed your source for the first time. The TV, it did the same thing.
I'm not really gonna watch that fight.
Because I didn't notice it, but a guy pointed
I remember
it
it
out.
changing. I remember it changing ratio aspects, but I thought it changed from like to 50 times. I don't remember it going
No, it
widescreen.
went to because it went 50 times, which is the current times. It was showing you that there's a truck out there with a TV station.
Or I said I didn't remember it. I didn't say it didn't happen. I've only watched each of these episodes one time. I want to wait till...
I don't feel like they're worth watching a second time.
I mean, if you're looking for Easter eggs and clues and hints, but you don't read the comment, you ain't read the story enough to even know them if you saw
they were
it.
in there,
Because they weren't in there. Like, for one, the, supposedly, I think there's like a couple of groups going on that are in the loop or in the know. I think there's Wanda, who like seems to be on her own thing. Then I think there's Vision, because there are times where he seems to be of a separate consciousness than her. Like when he was trying to tell her, he was like, he was worried. And she just kind of like glitched his ass back a few seconds. Yeah, she was like, try that shit again, bitch. So it seems to me like they're kind of on different consciousness levels to an extent. And then I think there's the whole town, which from episode 3 we see now that it wasn't like she didn't like create a town or anything. It was an actual town.
Took over a town. Those people probably just lived there.
Right. I mean, and to that, this is a sidebar, but I don't necessarily think that she just walked into town and took a town over. I think something deeper is going on with all these Hydra Easter eggs they've been dropping. I think Hydra may have her. Maybe they have like a secret facility under a house in that suburb, in the basement or something. But I think they have her, and SHIELD is trying to get her from Hydra. I kind of think that what may be going on, because there's way too many Hydra name drops for it to not be a thing. Like pretty much damn near every product that they've shown in every commercial has been a Hydra.
Both trying to get at her.
Or it could be that. Or she's somewhere and they're both trying to get into the bubble or trying to get at her and trying to reach her. But by either circumstance, I think there's that third group, which is the community, which they would be part of. Well, I guess they would be a fourth group because they would have a different level of understanding. I think the people in the town don't know shit. Well, I think they know.
They know something's not right.
Yeah, I think they know, like, okay, we being taken over, we can't leave. But I don't think they actually know, like, oh, this bitch is, like, super powerful and she'll fry all the fuck out of us and she's changing the reality and blah, 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 blah. Because it seems like, if you remember, what's her name? Catherine Hahn's character, Agnes, when she was outside talking to Herb, when Vision walked up on them and they was whispering and shit, and he asked them if their power went out, and you know, and the guy Herb was about to tell him something. He was about to say something. We're all something, and then she stopped his ass. She was like,
"Yeah, no. Yeah."
So I think in that moment, I still think it's Mephisto. Like, I don't see anything that's not making it be Mephisto. Like, from all of the comic book,
Which could be why Hydra's involved.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, did maybe Hydra make a deal with Mephisto to take her powers or something? Like, they give him a body, or give him her powers, allow him to get her powers, and he do something for them or something. I don't know, get him a leg up on sword. I don't know what the case may be, but I feel like they may be in cahoots together because there's no doubt. It's got to be Mephisto. There's too many nods toward him. Somebody was talking on YouTube the other day about the ad about the toaster. The symbol on top of the toaster, if you invert it, it was 666. I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that either.
Right? It looks like a plain old symbol, but apparently if you flip it, it looks like 3 sixes. And then,
How am I going to flip it on my TV?
well, these people are watching this shit on
Yeah, they're
computers
like
and-
zapping it.
right,
in,
analyzing the
turning it.
footage and stuff. So that's why I watch a lot of YouTube. I rely on these people to supplement my comic book knowledge with the actual breakdown shit that they do, because I don't have time to sit and go shot by shot and break everything down. So I just watch it, catch what Easter eggs I
You
can.
have time, you just don't want to.
This is true. This is true. I got other shit going on. But I mean, why do it when other people do it for me? Because I already have my own theories. It's not like I'm stealing anybody else's theory
Now you
or
just
anything.
borrow one of them.
Yeah, I'm just borrowing their work
I mean,
to
like-
support my own theory.
Yeah.
Because I already felt like Mephisto was going to be in the show, because for one, they kept going back to that document in Iron Man. There was a document where, and then matter of fact, somebody else on YouTube did the work. I was not going to go back and find this document and enhance it and do all this shit to actually read what it said, but somebody on YouTube did. And the document, and this is in Iron Man, so this is canon. It says something about Mephisto making a deal, or not making a deal, but Mephisto it said something about Shield enlisting the help of Mephisto to find out more about the stones. And I think that was probably a way that they were gonna play the Infinity Saga at the beginning. I think maybe Shield or somebody was gonna try to work with Mephisto to learn more about the stones, and he was gonna maybe double cross him and like give the stones to Thanos or something. Because in the comic, Mephisto was in the Infinity War saga. Like he literally was standing next to Thanos when he got all 6 of the stones. So it would make sense.
Oh, in the comic.
Yeah, it would make
Because
sense
Lady
if they
Death-
had intentions to put him in.
Well, Lady Death and Mephisto have, I assume, are
There,
know each
yes,
other.
there's ties because he is the ruler of hell and she's like the ruler over death.
To get into.
So right, which gets you here. So they have, I guess you could say they have a business relationship. I guess you could say. But as off the top of my head, I can't think of any comics outside of that one that they might have been in together. But I think this episode just cleared up a lot more for me. I mean, it pretty much solidified the theory.
Yeah, but her throwing her out makes me feel like she might be the one that had created it in the first place, and Mephisto's using it as an opportunity. With Agatha, because she's so like, maybe something happens where she realizes because again, obviously, to me, Vision's not real.
I think they help her create it.
I don't.
Because up until now, like you've never seen. Well, is that no? That wasn't reality. No. So you've never seen her use her reality warping powers. So I don't think she knew she could do shit.
No, I know that, but I get that. But what if she figured it out?
Well, I think even
What
if
if
she
she-
did figure it out, I think she figured it out at the behest of somebody else. I think somebody else is pulling the strings or attempting to pull the strings, but I think they're walking a very fine tightrope because they know like this bitch is mad powerful, which is why.
Yeah, but is she more powerful than Mephisto?
Yes, absolutely. She can change the fabric of reality. That's why he wants her powers, which is my assumption. I don't know if he's
Or
trying
he
to.
just wants kids, because wasn't there a story?
No,
where-
she wanted the kids. She wanted the kids so bad that she manifested them out of thin air. But you can't just you can't just create life. It has to come from somewhere.
So she would have had to take someone else's kids and make them her own.
Well, she used pieces of his soul to make the kids. That's what happened, and he ended up taking his soul, the 2 pieces of his soul back, and that's what caused her to lose her shit. Like, I mean, and she was fine for like a little bit after that because Agatha brainwashed her after that happened, and like a couple years later, she remembered the twins, and that's when she kind of flipped out and went insane, and then she recreated the universe or recreated reality, and in that reality, that's when she had the kids. And that's like the Avengers disassemble going into the House of M. I mean, they're following it pretty closely. Kevin Feige he follows the comic or gives nods to the comic, but he usually does a storyline that is appealing to a wide variety of people. So I don't expect it to be nothing too outrageous or too far left or whatever like that, because it's got to appeal to all people. But I think you could do Mephisto. I mean,
Why not?
I think you could. I'm saying that's why I think it is him.
Doesn't he look like a person?
Well, I mean, yeah, but he looks demonic. I mean, he's like in red and has a cape, and it almost looks like he got on a thong, kind of. It does.
Because the dogs, the devil's wear.
I mean, it's debaucherous to say the least. So I mean, there's that to be said. But if you, to be honest, Fox, when you look at this man, look at him and see what he looks like it's hard not to believe that Evan Peters is playing. It's hard not to believe. Like when you look at him, he just looks like Evan Peters, like a role Evan Peters should be playing.
Yeah, I forgot he's the one
I mean, anybody can get buff for a movie. Or they may just do something like really weird, like CGI.
Well, that one guy thinks Mephisto's going to be the main boss for like whole Phase 5 and maybe Phase 4 and 5.
I mean, I think it's definitely possible. Like, especially if say somehow at the end of this WandaVision, if say he either successfully steals her powers or somehow manipulates her into giving him like a corporeal body, which I don't know if I think he can shapeshift. I'm almost certain he should be able to make himself look human and dwell among humans, but I don't know why he would want to do that either. Like I think his whole, like the only real motivation I ever knew for him was trying to steal her powers. But like I said, he's not a comic book character. So like you can go and pick up a Mephisto comic and read about him. Like you have to.
He's only a sub character.
Yeah, so you have to read all the comics that he's in, and he's in. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's in. He's in Thor. I mean, not Thor, but he's in Wanda and Vision. Why the fuck can I not wrong? He's in the Wanda and Vision comics. I think he's in Avengers comics. He may be in some X-Men comics. So it's like you gotta buy all of those.
Is he a big enough villain to be like the main bad guy in, like, because obviously it's gonna end with the Avengers.
Well, that's what it depends. It depends if he gets, if he ends up getting Scarlet Witch's powers. Yes, because then he can shape reality into whatever he wants. And with the multiverse being a thing, with her powers, he can travel to different multiverses and fuck shit up in different universes, essentially. Or he could merge all the realities into one and make one singular reality. You know what? I think that's going to happen. I think I talked myself up on a theory. I think this multiverse thing is just for this little segue. And I think at the end of it, I think they're going to merge the realities into one. And that's how mutants and everything are going to be in the MCU. I think it's recorded, so just in case it does end up true. I said it first.
Yeah, maybe you did.
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to bring mutants into this whole thing too, because at the end of the WandaVision story in the comics, or at the end of the House of M saga, that was when she brought in the mutants. So it's like, I
could have swore like the first.
Oh, when she said no more mutants.
Yeah, she said no more mutants at the end. And then
I said brought them in because I'm assuming they're going to flip that.
Well,
and have that moment bring in the mutants instead.
Well, I think the mutants are just going to be something that they're just going to start playing with now. Because obviously it's not in Phase 4. It's not really. There's no way they had that shit.
I don't agree. Because I'm going to tell you why.
But they may not have the explanation.
Well, I don't know about that either. Because they're going to be supposedly, they're going to be talking about the Weapon X program in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So
that brings in Wolverine.
Yes, it's speculation that you may either see Wolverine or may see an origin story for Wolverine in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
They just need to do that by itself.
I mean, it'll be like a flashback.
No, I mean, they should just do the fucking Wolverine origin story by itself. Like,
I mean,
it never get his own series.
It never really was done. But that's not how Marvel works. You know, the way Marvel has always operated is what up, Cut? They drop a brand new character in a movie for a short amount of time, and then after the fact, you get the movie about that character, or you get their solo outing. That's how they did Black Panther. He showed up in Civil War,
and then he gets a
and then he got his own movie. Spider-Man was the same way.
But I'm not saying a movie. I'm saying a series. I think he's.
But either or, I think he's going to be teased. Or they'll maybe do like...
Because you could jump through time with Wolverine in a series.
Well, I mean, he doesn't age, so...
That's what I'm saying. You could have it be memories. Like, each one's a memory from a different... Like, one shows current time, and then one shows him memorying something that happened back in... Because it all, brings it back together.
Right.
Because you know how they do that shit.
Well, this is the thing. Is Wolverine gonna be as popular to demand all that now that he's with the MCU?
I think he
Well,
is. I think he's just as
let's be
powerful
honest,
as
Fox.
his
Let's
own
be
friend.
honest. Wolverine is popular, but Wolverine is not nearly the most popular comic book character. I think he was that popular because he was with Fox, and Fox wasn't doing shit with any of the other characters.
No, I'm saying
He was
I
the one
think,
thing they got right, even though I'm
think
still upset that
Wolverine-
they made him tall as hell.
But I think Wolverine, especially with the fan base that Logan brought in, would bring in. I'm telling you, there's already a die-hard fan base for fucking Wolverine. Those fucking movies
I'm
with
not
Hugh
saying-
Jackman weren't that great.
I'm not saying it's not, but a lot of that was because people liked Hugh Jackman, and also a lot of it
No.
was because
I
because
think-
Fox wasn't doing anything else with all
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
X-Men.
they
He
were.
was the best part of those first like,
Yes.
two singer
And that's why
movies.
people gravitated to him, because out of all that trash they were giving us, they got one fucking thing right.
I know, and the movies that he put out were trash.
And they still gravitated to him because they like him and they like him as the character. Like, that's what it is. I'm
But
telling you, Fox, it was a lot of it was Hugh Jackman as Wolverine,
Okay,
not
I'm
the
not
character
saying
Wolverine
that if they
itself.
don't get the right Wolverine, it's gonna be a
Well,
problem.
that's
Because
what
like
it is.
Punisher,
If they don't,
if they didn't get the right Punisher, it wouldn't have been a good Punisher. But they got the right Punisher. He played a great Punisher.
Oh, and
I hope they
Punisher
bring him-
movie.
No,
Oh,
they got
okay,
a
the TV
series.
show.
I hope they bring him over. I hope they keep.
They are, I thought.
I don't think they've announced it officially. The only TV show person that they've announced officially that they're bringing over is Daredevil.
But his series isn't ended, I don't
It doesn't matter.
Did they do
Like,
Luke Cage yet?
they're gonna recast the fuck out of
think.
some
Did
of
they
those
do Luke
people.
Cage?
We did the TV show,
The
right?
TV show, yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, because they did Luke Cage, Jessica Jones,
But
Iron
I think they're
Fist.
going to convert, now that they have their own network, I think a lot of people are going to get shows like that.
No, I'm saying they're gonna probably reboot some of those shows or reboot some of those characters in
And
some
some
way. But I
smaller
guarantee
characters,
you
yeah.
they are gonna hire different.
But I
people.
think that's how they're going to do a lot of smaller characters. That's just,
Well, you still gotta have ground level heroes
yeah.
because Disney Plus needs new content. Let's be honest.
They need
WandaVision
they need to get
is-
their
You
content
know what I
up.
would like?
WandaVision is the first new content on there since The Mandalorian was new. But
That's
they
the only
need
thing,
they need new
besides
Disney
that,
content.
G.
Yeah,
that's
they
what I'm
need
saying.
way more new
Did you
Disney
watch
content.
Soul?
You know
Yes, and I liked it. It was really good.
who Atu is?
The Watcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Watcher. Man, it'd be great if like they just had like a movie
You just
narrated.
asked him if he knew something.
Well,
Come on, man. You're talking about Baby Mama.
Well,
The nerd of
Uatu's
all
a
nerds.
more fringe,
No,
fringe
nerd of all
character,
nerds.
but he's quintessential.
Yeah, this is true.
When that white guy yells, nerds! That shit was resonating to this era to make him into who he is.
I'm done.
But if
I
they,
mean, Fox, don't be mad at me because I love comic books.
I'm not mad at you, I'm impressed.
Morgan Freeman as Uatu, just like, you know, telling the story. It's like,
Right.
this is how it all unfolded.
I wonder if he's going to be part of the Eternals.
I was just about to say that. What if that's what happens in the Eternals? Because he's the Watcher. He literally watches as, conflicts that, he doesn't intervene. That's the one thing. They don't, well, the Watchers, they don't intervene.
They just keep shit down
Yeah.
and write it
And
down.
So you could have like a Watcher.
What are you doing,
narrating-
psycho?
And that
that
goes
movie.
would co-align with Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel and Uatu are always crossing paths.
Well, they haven't done any of that in the movie yet.
No.
No, well, she's only got one
I was
movie.
about to say, and then, well, for one, yeah, they
They've
do
only
only
done
Captain
one movie.
Marvel as Carol Danvers, and there's
Same with Doctor Strange.
all of her stuff is new.
But he's
Carol
only had
Danvers
one
is-
movie.
Oh, I thought they made two.
No,
Well,
they're
technically,
about to come out.
they're
with a
making the
second
second one now.
Man, I like the movie.
Sir,
I saw the
one. But
first one.
he's part of. What was he part of?
Fox, get your cat. He was
Well,
he was
it'd
licking
be-
the shit out of it.
It would be dope if they made the Illuminati movie with Reed Richards and Doctor Strange.
What are you doing, Dora?
That'll probably be
Professor
the
X.
next. That'll probably be the next like
They already. Someone. I saw something on
Civil
YouTube
War type movie.
where
I guess
someone
you
said
could
that they already had. Like, they could already just say that this tower was Avenger Tower. Like, they already kind of put a tower up that kind of in the background of the whole thing.
You mean
Well,
Master Building for the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yes, Fox. I think they've done everything but say it. I think you remember in Spider-Man, they were moving out of Avengers Tower and had
Oh.
people saying somebody bought the building, but they didn't say who.
Okay.
And
So they
then,
turned the Avenger building into.
but now I say that possibly because if you remember, also in Spider-Man,
Mister, what are you
Homecoming.
doing?
It could be Norman.
I was about to say, in Spider-Man Homecoming, they also
Oswald?
Oscorp.
But he's
You think about Batman,
Norman
he's Batman.
Osborn.
Osborn.
Yeah, you went to Cobblepot.
I went to Cobblepot.
But so
Oops.
I think
Dude, that is one of my favorite, like, of the villains that we've had in all of comic book villains.
I need them to
Doc
just
Ock was great.
leave him old. Just bring Willem Dafoe back. Let Willem Dafoe
No,
play
Defoe
Yeah.
played
play
fucking-
Osborn.
Oh, you
and I
talking
can
about?
live with
Oh,
it.
Green
Yeah.
Goblin. I was thinking.
I'm
Doc
fine
Ock.
with Alfred Molina coming back and playing Doc Ock because both of those characters are elder. They're old men in the comics. They're not like young men. So you could bring
Yeah.
them old motherfuckers back, and especially Doc Ock because he ain't got to do shit. Them arms do all the work. So literally, you just hook his
Tobey
old ass up
Maguire
to them
aged at
arms.
all?
And he good.
Has Tobey Maguire aged at all, or does he still look like he's 15?
He's aged. He's aged. I still don't think he's signed either.
He probably was trying to get too much.
Yeah, they said that's what it was. They said it was about money and better lines.
I don't know. He's actually starting to look more like Peter Parker with age.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks like a grown man now, though. He doesn't look like a little young boy.
That fucking smile kills me.
He's a
But it's so fucked up that he's such a douchebag, supposedly.
Hold on, who's this guy? I haven't seen this guy yet. The guy in the middle?
Oh, that's
Andrew Garfield? Oh,
yeah.
no, that's Tom Holland in the middle. Tom Holland
That's
is the
a new
new
one.
Spider-Man.
There's a new
Dude, that's the
Spider-Man?
best
Yes, he's already made 2 movies.
That's
What?
two of the best Spider-Mans. They're great because it's not an origin. They're like they started no origin
Right, after
story.
he
But
already
Andrew
had,
Garfield made 2. What happened to him?
They reset it.
they fucked up the second
Sony restarted it and did a whole new origin story with Garfield and tried a different like teeny type Twilight vibe to it,
Yeah.
and it sucked.
Well, I like that. Yeah.
No,
because
well,
it-
this new one is more like in the MCU. It actually in the MCU, so Iron Man's in it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like
Man.
it plays more, but the kid is good. The kid plays a really good Spider-Man. Like he gives that vibe of a really smart, not too confident kid type thing.
So do we have to watch Uncle Ben die again?
No, they don't do the origin story.
Okay.
And
Well,
Marissa Tomei is fucking
Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Yeah. I think I did hear about that.
Yeah.
So somebody told me and I was like,
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei.
You know?
Should they-
He I did the second Jake Gyllenhaal was great. The Mysterio, like, to me that's like
Hold on, Mysterio's in it? Because
right.
Mysterio
right?
was
Oh, yeah, Mysterio was in the second one.
Dude,
well,
they do it so
Mysterio.
good.
If you
Wow.
watch the original trilogy with Tobey Maguire, Mysterio was gonna be Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's role is Mysterio
Mhm.
because he's always like in all the movies. Bruce Campbell's got these different jobs, and that's what Mysterio's like. He's always got all these like bullshit jobs and stuff and crossing.
In the
his
movie,
path.
he's a
Man.
he's a
No. In the new one.
Yeah, in the new movies, he's a ex.
Special
he worked
effects
for Tony Stark,
Oh, okay.
and
Instead of
like he's
Osborn.
like very disgruntled with Tony Stark. So, and he gets up together with a whole bunch of other people that work with him. Like he created some technology. Oh, he created Barf. I think he tried to say. Or he helped him create Barf, and then he got squeezed out of it or some shit like that. So he's
Yeah.
mad with Tony Stark,
Yeah.
and he ends up getting a whole bunch of other people that hate Tony
they
Stark,
go after fucking.
and they
'cause
fuck Spider-Man shit up.
They got these drones that can create reality.
Okay.
Virtually, it's not real.
It's not. Yeah, it creates illusions.
Illusions.
Like
Right.
that are real. That
Like he
are
does.
real to you.
Like,
yeah, that's basically what he
what's
does.
his face's LMDs, life model decoys.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's got all those life model decoys where you
right.
think it's Nick Fury, but it's actually just like a little,
I mean, similar.
fake.
No, this
Similar,
is like.
but this is
he
like
can
a
make
bunch
you
of like drones that are literally projecting
stuff on you, making it look
images
like,
and
like
things
you
around
would think. Like he makes you feel like ants are crawling all up on you.
or like say like he could turn this entire room into a completely different room, like with a drone or some
He could make it look like you were in a
corner,
desert.
and it would change this entire room to
Into
whatever.
a desert.
Gotcha.
An open desert with a sun.
Right, even though you're in a room and you know it looks real.
It feels real, minus the fact that you run into the wall.
Yeah, I was about to say because they project like temperature and things like that too.
Yeah.
So they rain.
Yeah, they're made for they were made for movies, so they can move the movie set.
But he I mean, I liked it, but you should watch it. I mean, I guess because the end of it is the biggest part, and I don't want to spoil it.
I started watching Deadpool the other day, but then I used my phone to cast, and I maxed out my data, so I was like, I'm not watching this on my phone.
Did you hear about Deadpool 3?
MCU.
It's supposed to take place during Avengers Endgame, so it's going to be like the events of Avengers Endgame from Deadpool's point of view. I think that's going to be pretty fucking dope.
So he's still around.
Right.
And he's not there.
He's not there to help or anything. I'm assuming he's just in the background.
Maybe he gets turned invisible or something.
Or it's probably some stupid shit.
Or he's fighting his own battle. He's probably just fighting his own bullshit.
Or maybe he gets dusted, but I don't know how the dusting
works on someone who's immortal.
I was about to say that is a good question. Like, could he get dusted? Because technically.
Yeah, I guess you could, because it removes your history.
Well, yeah, because it's not killing you per se as it is removing you from existence.
You don't actually die.
Yeah, you don't
He's
exist.
up there, just in the clouds.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna be interesting fights. So, and keep an eye out for mutants in that movie too, because like Deadpool's relationship is too close.
He is a mutant.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's
mean,
not. Well, sir, I was going to say X-Men.
Isn't he
He's
a
not
Great
an
Lakes
X-Men.
Avenger? Is he a Great Lakes Avenger? Deadpool?
Was he?
I feel like he might have been.
Because he was a mutant. That's the reason. Even in the storyline, in his first movie, his origin story explains that. Like it brought out.
That's
his
why the
mutant
X-Men
gene.
are with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in.
Yeah,
the movie.
they help him and they keep trying to recruit him because he's. But he fucking.
It gets confusing for me.
Well, I mean,
it's a lot.
It is. I was about to say, and if you don't have it's a lot if you don't have a working background knowledge of the comics.
I hope it's
exactly.
I hope it's between both stories, so you see the snap from his perspective.
This is true. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I wonder if he gets snapped.
That's what I keep. I mean, I'm trying to think
maybe.
Could you snap him? But I guess you could. Snap his ass out of existence. But I mean,
I don't know, but he can't die.
But
right?
That's what we were just saying. It's technically not.
He didn't
dead.
die.
Yeah.
You're removed from existence.
Yeah, that's it. It's just gone.
But he's like the main character of his own movie, so
yeah. So I mean, if he does get dusted, like it probably would. It probably would be
dust Spider-Man.
Yeah, he got.
Did they?
Yeah, they dusted Spider-Man.
Oh.
A lot of important people got dusted. Black Panther got dusted.
Like he got dusted.
Oh yeah, but they can come back though, right?
They did come back.
They did come back. But it was like sad because he's like sitting there and he's like a little 15-year-old kid that's like out in space.
So wait. Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
I don't feel so good. When I tell you,
He
I
falls into
was
Stark's
bawling.
hands. Stark like watches this kid basically just disappear on him.
And then didn't Tony Stark die too?
Yup. And it's
And
but that was the next movie.
Okay.
So you get over that trauma, and then they give you the new trauma of that.
Okay, so which is the most recent movie? Infinity
Endgame
War?
is the most recent.
Infinity
Endgame
War
came
is
out in
then
2018. Infinity War was 2017.
Okay, so that's him getting the basic. What
when he does it.
Yeah, that's when he does to everybody. It literally ends with the snap.
Okay, and then the next one is them coming back.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
that's how they
It's
figure
been a
out how to
minute.
come back.
Yeah, they get everyone back.
I need to rewatch those.
They
Those are
travel
good
through
movies.
time.
They are very good movies. I have to admit, like for all of the ends that they was trying to tie up and all the stories that they were trying to tell, that was a very good movie. And then it had some really, really great memorable
They
scenes.
snapped Black Panther too.
Yup.
He was gone in the first one.
Well, that's
too.
kind of good because.
Didn't he pass away in real
No,
life?
he's gone. Yeah. Who are they doing? Did they already have
Uh,
a date?
T'Challa,
Well, T'Challa,
they
they
already
can-
had the script, but
They
he
should
gotta tweak
bring
it.
what's her face back.
his sister.
No.
Supposedly, his sister is gonna be.
If Halle
Black
Berry,
Yeah.
because Halle Berry's Storm, and Storm becomes T'Challa in the comics. So you could have Storm become the Black Panther like in the comics.
I mean,
But they
true,
got Storm's
but
not-
fans,
there's
too
no
many
Storm
people
here yet.
Yeah, and too many fans want to see Shuri.
And
be Black
people,
Panther.
and people want to see Storm be Storm.
Yeah, and that's what it is. People want to see because you got to get the X-Men established.
Yeah.
And if you're
They
gonna
gotta
do
figure
that,
out how they're gonna do
then
that.
you gotta do the heavyweights right, which means your Jean Grey got to be on point, your Storm got to be on point, your
Xavier.
Cyclops, your Xavier, your
Fuck
Magneto.
I hate
No,
Cyclops.
Cyclops is.
I know, but I hate
You can
him.
say what you want, sir,
In
but
the
in the
suit.
comics, Cyclops is probably
I know he's the
the
leader.
most important leader they have ever had.
I know he is
Hold
the
on,
leader.
Beast
Like
is pretty dope.
He was dope, but he was never the leader. He was never the leader that Cyclops was. He didn't have the heart Cyclops had, but Cyclops was the man in the comics. They made him a fucking simp in the movies.
No,
But Cyclops
in the comic,
was
I
dope
don't
as
like
fuck.
him either. Because again, I'm a Wolverine fan.
Okay, well that's fine.
So if you're a Wolverine fan, you're
They're
not.
both
You
A
can like
they're
both.
both
I like
after the
both.
same girl.
No, I didn't say they
I
like
like
You only
both.
want one.
But they're
Well,
both
let's
at
be
the
hon-
same girl.
Let's be honest. The girl that they
Exactly.
let's be honest. The girl that they after don't really want either one of them. Like, if we're being perfectly
I
honest,
didn't get that far.
that bitch is delusional.
I didn't get that far.
I
man.
like the
They didn't have
whole
enough
road
comics.
I mean,
story,
she's just
though.
delusional as fuck. Jean Grey don't do nothing
When you're
but pass out.
that powerful though.
That's all she do is pass out. Read the comics, look at X-Men the TV show. All that bitch do is pass out. The only time, there are some few times that bitch actually showed her powers and how strong she was.
Because it was too dangerous.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
She was like their new.
They've
like,
said multiple
keep her in a
times. I'm
box.
sorry for my vulgar language. They've said multiple.
It's not. They're not-
Fucking.
This is not like if you're under 18, you shouldn't be watching it anyway.
This is true. Kill your ass to sleep.
It's fucking 6:30.
Wanna go do some homework.
It's Saturday.
Do some chores.
All right.
Get ready for church.
Fine.
Look, get ready for church. That's a good one. You gotta go bless the Lord in the morning. As I was saying,
Now
though,
you know. Do what you
Gene, absolutely. Do what you want. I am not,
Anyway.
you know, I ain't pushing no religion on nobody.
I know,
Do
right.
what you will, my dear.
So,
I think,
Jane is the pussy.
let's be perfectly honest, Fox. She is strong, but if you never showcase her
What do you
really
want to be,
using that
Gene?
strength, I don't know. I didn't dislike Famke Janssen.
I did not either.
It's
She
just-
was pretty badass. in
They
Dark
just
Phoenix.
did not direct her well at all.
Well, their stories were stupid.
Well, that's what I mean. Like they didn't give
Ava
her,
Mendes.
they didn't give her nothing
Oh,
to
but she was
aspire
already
to.
in a movie. She
But
was
that-
the Ghost Rider.
That color red on her hair,
Yeah.
You do remember Chris Evans was flame on.
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah. Like they were like, how do you take him from that to
Not to
Captain
mention
America?
that they had,
His-
not to mention that there were two different fucking Hulks before Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Oh man, and I really liked the one guy, the first one.
Eric Banner.
Yeah, he was good.
Banner.
Eric Banner.
And that is crazy that his name was that
No.
close to his real name.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Eric Banner.
His
No,
name,
yeah, that
the
is
actor's
his
name was
name,
Eric
yeah.
Banner. Yeah, and
yeah, that's what. It's,
because their names are so
Yeah.
fucking similar. I'm like, sir, how do you fucking get that?
Yeah, he was a really good. And that was I liked both of them.
I didn't
Norton.
like with Norton.
Oh.
Edward Norton. I didn't too much like Edward Norton.
Edward
But
Norton
I
wrote
agree.
and directed that.
they had the better storyline though.
And he has
If you
Iron
give
Man.
me-
There wouldn't be Iron Man movie, which probably
This is true.
if there wasn't that Hulk
This is
Why,
true.
what happened?
at the end of Hulk.
That Hulk set up the MCU.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Basically, it introduced Iron Man.
yeah. They have a drink at the bar.
Yup.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
At the very end? I don't even remember that.
Oh, you gotta rewatch it. It's
That's
a
the whole
stinger.
reason why
It's,
Iron
I mean,
Man
it's just
happened.
it's an end credit scene.
People were like, "Oh yeah, we do want him as Tony Stark,"
And-
talking about.
That's
Oh, yeah,
why,
so
and
yeah.
that's the only reason that the Incredible Hulk, the 08, is considered canon and in the MCU. It's considered the first MCU film because of that end scene.
Even though they used
Even though the first movie has nothing to do with the MCU,
because they used a completely different. Oh yeah, it doesn't-
nothing to do with the Hulk.
What was
we
that
know.
all about?
Well,
I don't even
that
know
was
what that was about.
because at
Abomination.
yeah,
That's why I said it was the better storyline. They brought in Abomination, and it was a pretty cool fucking storyline. It just, I didn't like him as Hulk. I liked
well,
Eric Banner better. If
Ed-
you gave me Eric Banner in that movie, I probably would have been sold.
Ed Norton was supposed to write and direct the Avengers with because he wrote and directed Hulk, but then he got in some big argument when they started selling shit.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen because I like what Joss Whedon did, even though he has not been able to do anything
Well,
close.
we're gonna find out. Aren't we supposed to find out? Or no, he's the one that fucked up the other one.
Justice League. We're finna find out if Justice League was really worth anything, or if he made it better than what it was. I don't give a fuck.
4-hour movie.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to watch all 4 hours, and I want to see, was this movie really worth something, or did he really butcher that man movie? That's what I want to see. And I don't believe that's the case. I think the movie was probably horrible, and I think he probably fixed it as best he could. Let's be perfectly honest. Like,
it's not the same boss.
What's his face is not even that great of a director. He's alright.
Is Steppenwolf like a mid-boss or something in the movie? Maybe?
Supposedly in this Justice League, there was no Steppenwolf at all. It was supposed to be, Omega.
I don't know.
Shit. Why can I see the symbol?
Good talk.
The Omega symbol, and I cannot think of his name.
Omega Man?
No.
I don't know.
Green Lantern?
No, that's...
I don't know.
That would be an interesting... Now, because again...
Green Lantern's in Justice League, isn't he?
No.
I thought he was one of the members.
I'm-
I don't read
This
that
Justice
shit.
League... No, he may be in Justice League, but he's not in the movie Justice League.
Oh, okay.
The movie Justice League is Cyborg,
That was...
Superman...
Alright, so not gonna... You guys can probably
Darkseid.
hate this, but
I don't even know who Darkseid is.
Oh,
that
Fox.
fucking Green Lantern movie was
Oh,
so good and
he's-
wholesome.
Darkseid is the Thanos of
Green
Justice
Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. That was the most wholesome.
League.
Like that was.
Supposedly, the Green Lantern was supposed to be in. He was supposed to be in Snyder's cut. So I don't
His
know.
name is spelled as Darkseid.
Sir, I'm telling you what.
Well, that's how they spell it.
Sir, I'm telling you how I've been saying it since I ever read the comment.
Well, I'm just saying, it looks like a Thanos.
Nobody. He is basically a Thanos, the Thanos of the. But he's more powerful. Well, is he more powerful than Thanos? I would say yes. I think yes.
Who's supposed to be
I don't know. Maybe that's a good matchup. I've never matched
superhuman
them.
strength, genius
power
level,
size.
intellect, flight, teleportation, telepathy, telekinesis, immortality.
Oh yeah, the Omega Beam. Yeah, I think he might be more
Omega
powerful than Thanos. Yeah, he got a Omega Beam. That's like maybe like his most powerful attack, I think, or something like that. But supposedly Steppenwolf, I mean, well, not supposedly. Steppenwolf serves Darkseid. That is why. That is how Steppenwolf ended up in Justice League, because it was a setup. You set up in the first movie, and then have Darkseid come back in the second movie.
That's what I'm saying. The first 2 hours is the, and then they're gonna have the rest of it probably be Darkseid. Again, maybe.
No, I don't think so, because
He literally just looks like a Thanos with a helmet.
supposedly they said Darkseid. I mean, Steppenwolf was never intended to be in the first
Like
movie.
even in this one, look at that. That's a Thanos with a helmet.
You don't even remember the fucking end credit scene, do you?
What?
From Batman vs Superman.
No.
It literally was just like fucking. They literally. I don't know if they borrowed this from Marvel, but it very much so seems that way to me. You remember Tony Stark had the dream about.
See, also Thanos.
You remember when Tony Stark had the dream about all the Avengers dying?
Man.
It was in Age of Ultron. No, it was at the end of
when
the
he
first
gets
Avenger movie.
he gets the fucking
When
when
he-
he gets the epiphany.
Yes, and he starts talking about the suit around the world. The same thing happens to Batman at the end of Batman vs Superman. He has a dream, and it's supposedly a dream about the future, where Darkseid has basically came to Earth and like fuck shit
Because
up.
who was in the first?
And now-
Batman with Superman was fighting who?
It was Batman vs Superman.
I know, but there was an actual enemy.
Oh, that big bitch,
The one that actually.
the one that he
killed Superman.
stabbed.
The one that killed Superman.
I'm trying to think of it.
What's that? Somebody kills Thanos?
No, someone killed
Somebody-
Superman.
Oh.
I can't think of it. Why can't I remember anybody's name today?
Doomsday.
Mm-hmm. That's who the fuck it was. Indeed. Oh, wait.
An Ancient Experiment.
Apocalypse. I mean, not Apocalypse, but who we just talking about a while ago? That was in Hulk.
And Hulk? Oh, Abomination.
Who's that guy?
That's basically what it was.
The cyborg dude.
Cyborg, this Victor, he was he's not really a superhero on that. Well, he's a superhero, but he didn't have no powers in that. He was in a bad car accident, and his dad put him back together using cybernetic.
with lots of
But he
like,
gets to
super
be-
crazy.
Yeah.
I guess his
So-
body protects him
Like,
from
I'm
any.
just looking. Is she in it?
That's Hawk Girl.
No,
Yeah.
no. There's no. The only people that are in it are Cyborg, the Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman.
Man,
That's
Did
it.
they do a Flash movie?
they're supposed to.
No,
They're supposed to be the
They were
next
doing a
one.
Flash show.
I did like the Flash.
The Flashpoint movie is the one. I told you, DC is doing what Marvel is doing. They letting a dollar short. They're doing the multiverse, and it's supposed to be the Flashpoint movie is supposed to jump that off because they're trying to say that Robert Pattinson is Batman on like Earth 1 or Earth 2 or some shit, and then Ben Affleck is Batman on, or no, it's not even Ben Affleck, mind you. That makes the shit even more confusing. It's Michael Keaton, who is. Wait, was it Michael Keaton?
Why is the Flash?
How the fuck is Michael Keaton gonna play Batman and fucking Vulture in the MC? Girl, get your coin. But I'm almost certain they said Michael Keaton was the other Batman in the other universe.
He looks like the
That's not how he looked in the movie.
No, but that's the
Who
TV
is that?
show
No.
from the
Oh.
90s TV
Yeah,
show.
that's terrible.
He looks like the Tick meets friggin' Batman.
That's a great
That came
ass
back.
comic.
Yep. That came back. I can't remember what network it came back on, but I remember seeing the commercials for it. They brought it
They
back.
did a live action.
Now, see, I don't know why they didn't give him a costume similar to that. That would have been dope.
What did he?
He looked horrible. It was better in, no, it was horrible in both of them. It was horrible. It looked like a bunch of metal plates that were held together by wire.
So he's just some deadly demon monster genetically engineered from the depths of prehistoric Krypton.
Abomination.
No.
I mean, that's essentially Abomination. It's just some creep. Well, I mean,
That's Doomsday.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, they're the same.
But I'm saying it's pretty much Abomination. Like, I'm commenting on the parallels between Marvel and DC.
Is this him? Looking like the skinny
That's
Daredevil?
the TV show.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the TV show.
They do, and then they do the same. I don't even think they do the same Flash. The movie
No,
is
the movie's a different guy.
the movie is Barry, and the TV show is the TV show Barry.
I don't know.
It might be Barry too.
DC's on HBO Max. That's what all I know. So I get to see all that.
I mean, DC just don't make good shit. That's why I don't watch it.
And what's they could do if they just let Frank Miller do year one, they would have an awesome Batman.
well, Batman's good.
Well, they're doing year one, but supposedly
movie.
they're giving the year one story to fucking Batgirl or Batwoman or some shit, which I thought was stupid. Like, why the fuck are you having Bat whoever that isn't Batman do year one?
What's year one?
Year one.
That's
is
Batman
written
is
by
his first
Frank-
year.
Oh, his
written
first
by
year,
Frank
Yeah,
so
Miller.
it's like one of the most iconic storylines.
It's
That's
it's
when he
actually
had
the first
fucking-
time they made Batman gritty.
Yeah, he didn't even have a cape in his bitch. He just had the fucking pointed ears. He had the red on the chest, the red bat.
And that's not until like almost the end.
Right, when he get that, and then he had the gliders underneath, like Spider-Man had. Yeah, year one is fucking dope. So I'm upset that they not doing it the way it should be fucking done. You should do year one, even if it's Robert Pattinson. Like de-age his ass like Marvel does. Fucking quit bullshitting. You got all that money, because you still making decent money off these mediocre ass movies. Like use that fucking money and make some real decisions. Like, first of all, their directors is trash. Outside of James Wan and Patty Jenkins, which I don't know about Patty Jenkins because that second Wonder Woman movie I liked, but a lot of people didn't like. And bitch, you gotta make a movie that most people like. You can't split 50-50. Yeah, I liked it. I personally liked it. But it just didn't have enough action in it. It didn't catch people's attention because it had no action in it. People need to see ass kicking and shit. Especially from a strong bitch like Wonder Woman. Like that bitch whoops ass.
Holy
So
shit.
now we need to see her whoop ass.
Alright, so Dark Seed.
Sir, would you stop saying that? I'll pay you.
He's got his ability derives from the Omega effects, which allows him to blast Omega beams from his eyes. His beams are an intense form of heated energy that can either act as a concussive force to subdue an opponent or disintegrating agent capable of eradicating organisms or objects from existence.
I told you that Omega Beam was his attack. He would have choked Thanos' ass up. Because Thanos don't have no...
That's different than a heat ray.
Yeah, Thanos don't have no powers like that. He's just like super strong and he's a tactician and...
Did you see Push?
Yes.
Arguably Chris Evans' best superhero role.
I did not dislike him in Push. That was a good movie. That was a really good movie.
You see that one?
I liked it. You didn't like
I'm
Push?
pretty sure I saw it when it came out, like
It was
back in the
good.
day, but I don't really remember.
He should have
He
made
told that
more
little
of
bitch, you
those.
come on, little bitch, I'm going to get you to safety. I promise you that. And he wasn't lying.
I forgot he was even in it, so I might not have
You
seen it.
hurtful. You are hurtful.
What?
Did you see Knives Out? He was in that too.
Yes, that shit was great.
That was good. They need to do a sequel. It need to be Forks Out. Mm-hmm.
It's really good caper movie. One of
Yeah,
those.
it's like a
Clue.
Murder on the Orient Express
Yeah,
type
Clue.
movies. Oh, Clue.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said with clues. I was like, yeah, it had clues. Like Murder on the Orient Express. Like, yeah.
Clue.
I got you.
What's going on?
They need to remake Clue, but make a good movie.
They did. It was called Knives Out.
I said make a good movie with a Clue.
Oh.
Clue happened at a different era, and not present day, and it had different performances. They did, and it was not great.
I remember the one
It
with
didn't age well,
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Tim
Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, it did not.
His best part of the movie is him. It does not age well.
It does
Really?
not.
Oh.
It does
I
not.
haven't seen it in like 20 years.
It's just not.
My favorite part still the flames. that is my favorite part of the movie. I was like, yo, this is trash. You can throw this shit away.
I feel like Clue would be good if you just like made Frasier, the whole Frasier cast in Clue. Did they like
Now,
do
see,
an episode like
You
that
have to
or
like.
something?
I don't dislike Kelsey Grammer.
I like Niles.
I just
too.
only like him in some movies.
Yeah. It's not. He's one of those ones that.
Niles should have been the Vulture. They hired fucking Michael Keaton, and it should have been Niles. And he could, because he looks like a bird already. And he's a great, like, Shakespearean actor.
Hellboy. He was in Hellboy. He
Right.
Was, yeah.
Exactly.
Niles was the.
Is
Fish
Hellboy
guy.
Marvel or is that Image or something?
That's DC.
DC, yeah. That was what to say.
Yeah, they butchered that shit.
The first one was great.
The third one, the last
made
one they
three
just
of
did
them?
was fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, it takes.
And I like the
something.
guy that's the actor.
Ron Perlman.
No, that was the first two.
Oh, they got a different person to do the third one?
The guy from Stranger Things.
I ain't seen neither one of them since the first one. Oh, wait. We like him.
I know.
David Harbour is his name. We like
Yeah,
him.
he's badass, but it wasn't badass.
Well, he's going to be in the MCU, so we don't care.
Oh,
Black Widow.
he's what?
He's in Black Widow.
I know, but
He's like the Russian Captain America. Their answer to the Super Soldier program.
Who?
so fat.
Are you talking about?
What is it? I can't remember his comic book name. No.
The Russian.
He's like the Russian version of Captain America.
Oh, no, that's.
It's
The
got
British version is
Captain Britain.
Captain Britain. And
She's gonna be on What If, supposedly. They're gonna do What If. And I think they're gonna do What if they gave the super soldier serum to Peggy Carter, and she's gonna become Captain
Those are going to
Britain.
be animated, aren't they?
Yep.
Is Peggy Carter the chick that does his laundry in the Captain America movie? Do they make her Peggy Carter?
No, she played Peggy Carter's niece.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's the Red Guardian. That is his name, Red Guardian. But he's basically like their answer to the Super Soldier program. But apparently it didn't work out or something like that. Like he ends up getting sentenced to prison.
Oh.
For something, which is why in the movie he's in jail.
He's been in jail while she was gone.
He's gonna, and because he gets broke out in the movie. Like he wasn't out. I'm assuming she broke him out, but I mean, maybe not. And supposedly there's some Easter eggs as to who could be in that prison as well, because supposedly some big major Marvel characters spent time in Russian prisons.
Oh.
Like maybe Magneto. So I don't know. Maybe there's a Magneto Easter egg in Black Widow. Maybe that's why they're so insistent on it coming out in the movies.
Did you read New Avengers? New Avengers, you'd like.
On and
Steve.
off. On and
But
off.
New Avengers was like the revamp where episode one, the initial story is Spider-Man breaking in to get Daredevil and Luke Cage out.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that.
And like it's just like
I feel like I remember
this
that.
whole freaking that's what builds the New Avengers and then starts the Civil War.
Mhm.
Because there's the New Avengers is Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Daredevil,
Right.
The Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. I was just talking about that.
He's a horrible character.
He is terrible.
Iron Fist is cool.
Yeah, but if it's only in a fist fight,
Are they doing Moon Knight?
he can't. Yeah, they're doing a TV show for Moon Knight. He can't do anything outside of a fist fight. Like if you're fighting somebody with superpowers, like they're gonna blast your ass.
So Disney's gonna do Punisher?
Supposedly, but I don't.
They're gonna have an R-rated section?
Yes,
Man,
that's the only. They already announced that, and that's why they bringing Deadpool back.
You're gonna make me want to watch Warzone. I love all those Punisher movies, but Warzone,
Yeah.
so good.
I mean,
That's the last one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one where with Jigsaw.
and he was fucking amazing in that TV show. I mean,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays a real good Punisher. Like,
yeah, he was dope. And when I saw it, I wasn't upset. I'm like, okay, this is what you left The Walking Dead for. It was worth it.
Yeah, but The Walking Dead fell off.
And where he left early though. He left when it was just
When
going to
it-
get popular. They
He
made
had
it to
to.
the second season.
But he had to. They had to kill him. That dude dies way early in the comic.
That's when I stopped caring about The Walking Dead.
I mean, that's
He
fine.
dies like
I
he
don't know
dies
nothing about the
before.
comic.
I know, but remember how they're all in the encampment together when he first fights his kid?
Mm-hmm.
They square off before they leave that encampment.
I did
Like his kid kills him.
I remember that. I remember people saying that his kid killed him.
Because he's like,
I remember them saying
he's gonna
Carl
kill
killed
his
him.
dad. His dad's walking like the dude's gonna kill his dad, and the kid kills him instead. And it's before they even leave the encampment.
I remember that.
So they had to that dude couldn't stay around too long, man. They had to get rid of him.
Well, I mean, he had been fucking his wife for like the past I don't know how long.
I know.
While he was in a coma.
Yeah, the whole time,
Right.
like since episode 1, right?
That would have got me together.
Yeah, they were together.
I mean, it was
because
before episode 1
Yeah,
because
no,
they were together when
they
it
didn't.
started.
They didn't get together. They weren't together before the apocalypse happened.
I know that, but they were
She-
together while he was in the hospital.
I get no. I'm saying no. He was in the hospital before the apocalypse started, and they weren't. He wasn't. The dude wasn't fucking his wife before that. He was fucking his
Yeah.
wife after it happened.
I like that
You keep
storyline.
repeating the same thing I'm saying. He was in the hospital and he was fucking her. It don't matter when or the timeline.
Yes, it does.
No,
she
it
thought he
don't.
was dead. Because if he's in the he was in the hospital in a
What's the
coma.
matter? That's Shane's girl.
It still doesn't matter in the sense that when he come back, he don't want to fucking hear that shit. I don't care. You was fucking my wife, and I was laid up in the fucking hospital bed.
Right? Oh yeah.
Neither of you bitches made it over to come fucking check on me,
Whoa,
but y'all
hold on.
was fucking the fuck out of each
Hold
other.
on, no.
That's Fox. That's beside the point. You split hairs all the fuck you want, but at the end of the fucking day, that
Did you
is.
hear how she dies in the comic?
She died giving birth in the movie.
But you hear how she dies in the comic?
No.
So she gives birth, they have the kids, and they're in the prison. And the guy that, you know how there's that whole like standoff with that guy when they're at the prison in the story or whatever?
Right.
Well, that shit's even more fucked up. The guy fucking tortures Michelle, like tortures the shit out of Michelle.
Talking about Michonne?
Yeah, Michonne. So, like, she tries to kill him or whatever. It's been a while. I'm really paraphrasing, but at some point he gets the whole group of people, which is they're just regular people. He gets them all to attack the prison because he gets them believing that they're the problem or whatever. So they start coming in. They're just like fucking regular people killing other regular people who are trying to flee. And this one lady, as they're running away, she's got the baby, and he goes. The maniac guy's like, shoot, shoot, shoot. And she's like, I don't, what? And he bumps her, and she fucking shoots the shotgun and blows a hole through the mom's chest, which then blows a hole through the baby's chest at the same time. So it's just, bah, they both die.
Damn.
And then she goes, the lady that did it, was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Click, click, boom.
And that's
his
Carl's
fucking
brother?
head off.
The baby?
The baby, yeah.
Carl's brother.
Yeah,
Oh
the
man,
baby.
what season does the sexy dude
Well,
come
they-
in?
The baby doesn't make it out because what happens is Carl, because they get out and they run away, Carl and the dad, and then the dad gets sick, and then it's like a bunch of comics of Carl taking care of the dad because the dad almost dies, like from something, and then Carl keeps him alive, and and then they move on to some other shit, but they don't show that in the fucking TV show at all.
I mean, that shit fucking. They deviated from the comedy. Because if I'm not mistaken,
They had to,
I think
man.
the baby survived.
They had to. The kid also killed the fucking little kid. Okay, so there's a scene when they're traveling. You remember the twins that the two people at the camper have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have the twins. Well, they were twins or whatever. There was these twins, and their parents had died, so they were taking care of them. And when they're on the road, they can't find them. They're stopped for something to move cars or something, and then the kids run away, and they find them, and the one kid is literally just stabbing and pulling the guts out of the other kid. He's like, "Don't worry, he'll be back soon." Like, because they're
I
just.
feel like they showed that, didn't they?
I don't know if they showed
Because
that.
that scene seems familiar.
They may not have showed it, but what
feel like
happens
you're
is
right.
they
That
kill.
scene seems
I
familiar
know,
in my
but
head.
it's
Like
the
I've
killing
seen
of the
it before.
kid is the thing that's different. Is they don't kill the kid. The kid kills the kid. The kid has his gun, his own gun, whatever his name is, and he like sneaks over and shoots the kid. The parents were like debating, do we kill this kid? We can't let him live. He could kill any of us at any given time. He doesn't understand the meaning of life and death. And then I think in the comic, something else happens with the kid. Like the one of the parents tries to protect the kid, and gets eaten up with the kid or something like that. But that kid, the kid in the comic, the main kid, has killed like 3 people before, at some point.
I vaguely remember that.
They don't let him kill anybody in the fucking store in the TV because I can't imagine. That's why.
Doesn't he?
Carl
doesn't
done
he,
killed a
like-
couple of people.
yeah.
The fuck is you talking about?
No,
Children and grown people alike?
No, not in the beginning though. If you remember correctly, because he doesn't. Again, Carl kills that character, the friend.
It don't matter. He didn't kill him, but he still turned into a badass and still was.
Yeah, when he became
'Cause
a
if I'm not
teenager.
No, not true. Because that motherfucker was toting a gun at like 7 or 8. He was young as fuck shooting shit. Don't you play Fox?
Yeah, but not.
You need to watch the show.
Hold on, doesn't
You
he
didn't watch
kill?
the show.
Does he kill Shane?
No.
No.
In the TV show, I can't think of his name.
I can't either, but it's Rick.
Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick killed Shane
Yeah,
in the
Rick
TV
is-
show.
yeah. It's at the.
They got
farm.
into a fight.
But doesn't the kid kill somebody early on?
Mhm.
though? Yeah, he like.
That's what I keep telling Fox.
executes
Yeah,
him.
that little boy was a badass. Cause I remember all the memes about him coming up. Carl was a fucking badass.
I
Don't
know,
you do it?
Are
That
you sure
motherfucker-
he actually killed
Yes.
somebody in the
Okay,
show?
let's look it up.
Because I know
Carl's
he
killed
does it
him.
a lot in the fucking comic.
What's Morrissey's brother's name in the show?
Who?
Morrissey's brother. The Smiths. Morrissey.
Who's Morrissey?
Morrissey's like sexy, like fucking singer dude from the 80s, biggest band of all time.
Yeah, I know who that is.
But his brother, he looks just like him, and he's a character in The Walking Dead. He's that badass dude.
Oh, the dude. With
Oh,
the
they did do that in the show. He did kill his daddy.
Who did?
Oh wait, no, this is the comic book series. I don't remember this shit. I'm reading it, but
It's been a long
he
time.
started shooting at 7. Like I told you. Wait a minute. Let
In
me
the
get to the
comic.
TV series, bitch. I just said that. Duh. But I remember Fox. He was doing shit. I'm gonna tell you. I got you. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Season 1. Season 2. Oh yeah, that's when he started shooting. After he got sick. He got sick and then started getting like, you know,
Well, he
started figuring shit out because then he set that trap for that walker. Yeah. He set a trap for it and got it stuck in the mud pit. And
I'm not talking about shooting walkers. I'm talking about shooting humans.
I'm talking about when he started, cause he in the TV series, like he like started on like a dark path, like he got like real dark, like wanting to shoot shit, like killing shit. Like I think they caught him like doing something weird with an animal or something one time.
I think it was he was going to kill Shane himself, and his dad did it, wasn't it?
they was fighting.
Oh,
And Rick, yeah, they was fighting, and Carl saw it, and Rick ended up stabbing Shane. And then yeah, because then he ended up saving his daddy's life because Shane turned and he was about to attack Rick, and he shot him.
yeah. Shooting dead people is not.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about, Fox.
I know.
I don't remember. I'm trying to look at go by season to see when he fucking.
Yeah, the comic is ruthless. There's a reason why they made a TV show about it.
Oh, they injured him. He didn't. He didn't like go like for a long ass time sick, but he got sick.
He lost an eye.
And he didn't lose no eye here.
Oh, he loses an eye in the comic.
I don't know, Fox. I'm gonna stop. I need to stop talking like I'm an authority on
Yeah,
the
we
show.
don't watch it.
Because I really do not watch. I watched like maybe the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, it was good, and then it was like, I'm good with this.
I'm trying to figure out Morrissey's brother's name.
So I fell
This
out.
dude.
Who's that?
He was in freaking Walking Dead.
Yes?
Yeah.
That dude's in The Walking Dead?
Right?
No, he's not.
Morrissey's brother. Hold on. He's in The Walking Dead. David
don't know.
Morrissey.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Unless he's in.
I mean-
oh, maybe he's. No.
Oh, he did lose an eye. Here you go right here with his eye out.
Yeah, he lost an eye.
He lived.
I read the comic until they end up at this. They find a small village that they get accepted at. And it's right around the time he loses his eye.
Oh, he's the governor. That dude. In The Walking Dead.
Oh, he's a
The
governor?
governor?
Okay.
Oh, that's a psycho motherfucker.
Yeah.
I like that guy, man. He's just trying to, keep his fort held down.
No. In
Man.
the comic book, he's not. He's a fucking total sociopath.
Oh.
He was
He
dead in the.
tortures people. And
I remember,
fucks
yeah, he
people.
was there in the show too.
Is he?
I think they found out he was like feeding people to walkers or some shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, to keep him like at
No.
bay.
No,
Just
as in-
randomly like feeding people to walkers because
Oh.
he felt like it.
Yeah, like Michonne, he captures Michonne, and he literally has her tied up, and he's torturing her, like sexually and physically, like
Damn.
yeah, like to the point where she stabs one of his eyes out. Like she comes back to fucking kill him, and she only gets to stabbing his eye out because she was gonna torture the fuck out of him the way he tortured her.
See, that was
And he was like, she gets to stab in one of his eyes, and then they break in on him, and she has to run away. And then that's when he gets the town to attack the prison, and that's when the prison, like almost everyone in the prison dies. You lose everyone from the prison except I think Michonne. I don't know if she ever comes back. I think we find her later, but everybody else in the prison dies. I think.
That was like when I stopped watching and like.
Well,
but
that's in a comic. I didn't watch it with the prisoner. I never saw that guy. play
that
the
guy.
governor.
Oh.
I never
Now
watched
on
any of
the
that.
show,
Yeah. See, that's.
I know more about the SNL skit with Dave Chappelle when he came back to SNL for the first time. When he was on SNL for the first time, he did a skit about that, and it was the crackhead. He had the crackhead. He had the crackhead as one of the people that he was trying to torture.
I'm dead.
You
Fucking,
never seen that?
I have, but you brought it back to my memory. And
Oh
I
my
ain't thought
god,
about that.
so good. Please
I was
don't
gonna say,
take
though.
Dave. Please don't take Dave. COVID.
It'll be
Please
fine. He's
go.
in Ohio.
He's way healthier than we are.
There ain't nobody in Ohio.
He was in Texas. He
What's
got
that?
it in Texas.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's been doing shows in Texas with Rogan.
Ah, shit.
Rogan on regular ass.
Man, I stopped watching Rogan, even though I have Spotify Premium.
It's just wait. I don't go to product.
Spotify blows for watching podcasts because it's not like YouTube where you can resume. You've got to watch the whole thing or you lose your fucking spot.
Shut the fuck up.
So like, it's like, oh, I forgot, that I'm 47 minutes into it, like, so you're like, oh shit, where was I? 43 minutes, 50
Yeah.
minutes, and then
Fuck
you're
that.
like, yeah, it's shitty.
He still releases clips on fucking YouTube anyway. So
I don't like clips. I like to watch the whole thing. And
I never watched it. I always listened to
I don't know.
it.
It's just ironic that like, even though, like most people would stop watching it because they don't have Spotify Premium. I'm like, no, I just don't like watching it on Spotify Premium.
You don't have to have it on Spotify Premium to watch it.
I thought you had to have Spotify Premium to watch it.
Fuck no. It's free on Spotify. Spotify's free.
I wouldn't know. I've always paid for Spotify.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, it's free with. I can watch it. Yeah, no, it's free.
Oh, but there's commercials. There's
Probably.
Yeah. Just gotta be commercials.
I don't know why you pay for Spotify. I don't know what Spotify is. I use Apple Music.
Oh, fuck it. I don't have an iPhone, so.
You can use it without an iPhone. I got my first Apple Music account without an iPhone.
Yeah, I did too, and I didn't like how it divided them up by artist name. So, like, if you had an album, if there was any contributing artist, it would be on a separate version of that album.
Oh no, that's not how
It
mine
works
works.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's basically just iTunes.
I figured that out because I bought
What?
the second Lady Gaga album on iTunes.
Oh man, you got me back into this shit because now I'm actually interested in this shit. Like maybe I might want to watch the first couple of seasons over again.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, this shit was good as hell. Like the first 3 seasons was really dope. That shit at that man farm,
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, he was good character.
Herschel,
Yeah.
baby. I forgot because he was keeping all his family members that had died in turn. Yeah, he couldn't bear
Oh
to kill
shit,
them.
you're right.
Right? And
Yeah.
he let all them people on his farm, invited them in and everything, and never told them.
That's why
So
you
then
don't trust somebody that's too friendly.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right, I think some of them most of them end up getting out. Did anybody die down on the farm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His family.
No, they was already dead.
Well,
Because he was keeping his wife
there
as
was
a
other
zombie.
people there.
He was,
You know,
oh, his, no.
Didn't
wait,
he like
did he?
cast somebody off the farm because he was like he didn't like their rules or what they wanted? I feel like he kicked somebody out of the farm.
That's possibly true. Let me see.
Did you watch
Okay.
that Mackie movie yet?
What's that?
No.
Look at me.
No, Andrew. The Falcon.
Oh.
His new movie. On Netflix. Where he's an android. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna check it out.
Superman, Batman. Isn't the Flash supposed to be way more powerful than they give him credit for?
I mean, he can move through time. using the Speed Force.
Is there more than one Flash?
Yes. Yeah, the most popular one is Barry. I don't know why I can't remember his last name.
I say fuck it. Let's fuck up that character and get Jackie Joyner Kersey.
What?
Make Jackie Joyner Kersey the Flash.
You feel it. Barry Allen.
Yeah. Jeez,
I don't know, I couldn't fucking think of his name. And then
Ability to vibrate at speed to pass through objects.
Damn, 58.
now how the fuck do you do that?
What?
How the hell you do that?
Well, everything's moving all the time. Nothing's static.
But how do you displace yourself
I don't know.
even while moving back and forth that fast?
Metahuman?
I was about to say, how do you displace your particles?
Oh, that's what DC Universe calls their fucking humans with superpowers.
Metahuman. Nah.
Mutant and mutate. So basically he's a mutant.
Mm-hmm.
Flash.
Oh.
What?
I like. It's hard. It's really hard for me to take DC characters seriously. I'm like, oh, Flash. He's like the rip-off Petro, you know.
Oh.
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, yeah.
Or like Superman. I don't know. Superman's just.
If they bring the mutants, then they can bring Quicksilver back.
I mean, supposedly he's gonna show up in this series.
Maybe that's who he's playing.
It's been hinted at.
Maybe that's who he's playing in this. Maybe it's they bring him back, bring her brother back. But why wouldn't they use the other guy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if you're gonna bring Quicksilver back, you just bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like, I don't think you need an Evan Peters for that. I think by the fact that they brought Evan Peters, who literally has done nothing for the last I don't know how many years, except for American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Like, I
Which
mean,
he's been good at.
yes, he's been very good at it. I mean, shit, he was the fucking. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was revealed that he was the dildo guy in the one season. The guy in the leather suit that had the drill for a dildo. It was like a circular drill.
Now that's got my wife in it. I haven't watched that show.
American Horror Story.
Yeah, what's the Pretty Roberts girl?
Emma Roberts.
Oh, she's such a babe.
There's
She is. Yeah.
Some movie of hers that I'm supposed to watch.
I like that Cats and Dogs movie she was in.
Cats and Dogs. I'm dead. She was in Foxy Think are addictive as fuck.
That's stupid.
Right? Fuck this shit. But to bring it all back.
Oh shit, hold on.
What?
CBR.com.
Comic book something. What? I follow them on YouTube. What is it?
I don't know. CBR.com.
Comic book realness or something like that. I don't remember, but I follow them on YouTube.
Oh, it's not. It's called fucking Hotel for Dogs.
Oh shit. What?
I was wondering that movie you was talking about because I was wondering when you said Cats and Dogs. I was like, wait, Cats and
Oh,
Dogs.
Robert.
What the
You
fuck?
never saw Hotel for Dogs?
Never.
Oh man, that's wholesome.
Alright.
Not wholesome. I'm dead.
The Spanish voice actor for Quicksilver in X-Men films has seemingly confirmed Evan Peters will return as a speedster for Marvel. Movie Web reported that Rodri Martin tweeted about the Disney Plus show's premiere and claimed that he had the privilege of voicing Peter Maximoff, better known as Quicksilver, once again. Peter provided the voice of Peter's character in the Spanish dubs of the X-Men movies in which Quicksilver appears. The tweet was probably deleted and Martin locked his account, which only fueled speculation that one or more versions of the speedster and brother of Wanda will appear on the series. Because she cracks the universe and she brings in all these different people. Maybe she's the start of bringing in the old fucking versions of these people.
I would agree to that, if but for only one thing. Motherfucking Agatha Harkness.
Spider-Man can take her down.
She literally serves Mephisto. That
I'm not saying that Mephisto doesn't come in, but maybe he doesn't play Mephisto. Maybe we don't see Mephisto in this. Maybe they don't show him.
that's a waste. I definitely don't want to see him as Quicksilver, especially if it's going to be his Quicksilver from the Fox movies.
That's the one. Hold on, that was Days of Future Past one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
I like how he portrayed the role.
But
Yeah,
doesn't
he
he
was
have
good in
like the
Dark
stupid
Phoenix, too.
headphones and he looks all stupid, right?
Yes.
I don't
But
want
I
to see
don't wanna see
Quicksilver
him.
in that little like blue leotard. Like,
I want. That's true. I don't want the blue leotard with the white lightning strike. But I don't know. I guess I want something in between. Something more. I mean, I feel like Aaron Taylor Johnson was almost there, but he didn't really get a chance. They got no introduction. You ain't know nothing about these characters, and I think the only reason Wanda survived is because she's as powerful as she is. It's almost kind of the same in the comics with the twins. Billy gets all the attention because Billy is super powerful. He's got Wanda's powers, and Tommy is a speedster like his uncle, so he's not nearly as popular. But they both LGBT characters, so I can't wait to see who
he's
they
gay?
cast. Well, Tommy is bisexual, and the other one is
Do you
gay.
think they make it out of this?
Huh?
Do you think they make it out of this? Or do you think they die before?
I think out of this TV show, I'm not sure, but I think they survived this whole event because it's obvious they're setting up the Young Avengers. Like that's pretty evident from the casting, the shows that they're doing, because they already announced that they're doing the Hawkeye show and it's gonna have Kate Barton in it, who was a Young Avenger. They already announced that Cassie Lang is gonna play Stature in the third Ant-Man movie, so she's coming back. I mean, she was a Young Avenger, and then you got Kang the Conqueror, who technically was Iron Lad, who was a Young Avenger, and then you got Billy.
hold on, he's Iron Lad is different than Kane.
It's still the same person. He just becomes Kang in the future.
Yeah.
It's still,
Yeah.
But like
He's
Kane
still the
is
same person. He just becomes Kang in the future. He's the same person, and he just like he was Ramata in the past. He's still the same person.
Kang is sweet.
I mean, he's pretty dope, but it's just all signs pointing to them doing the Young Avengers.
Fantastic Four.
And I mean, they already announced that the Fantastic Four movie could come out as early as next summer. Like that's already like going around. People are pretty much dead on considering that
I don't
Marvel
know why
has
they
an
don't
empty
put them out
slot.
faster. I don't know. They've got enough content to put out movies every fucking every month.
Well, because you gotta give it time to make its run and sell. If you put out too much at one time, like you have people like us that'll go to the movies once a month and see a different Marvel movie every month. But the average person, they'll go see whatever movie this month, and then they'll be good on Marvel. Like, okay, let me wait.
I know.
And-
But they need to
and-
get they need to put more content on the fucking TV series, and whether it may be like miniseries
even if it's like 6-hour series. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what they're doing. That's why the whole majority of this phase is mostly TV.
Well, that's because it got fucking delayed.
No. It was always going to be a way. Like, I think they always had the idea of using Disney Plus as like a springboard for all of their ideas and stuff and turn them into bigger movies.
Man, I'd be pissed if I was Netflix.
Why?
Because
I mean-
the Netflix spawned all those TV shows.
That's true, but Netflix is making quite a bit of cash. I don't think they really care that much.
Yeah, they're not getting any of that. That's irrelevant to them.
Netflix makes they're making like $200 billion a year.
And
Like,
those
I
are
don't think they
Marvel's
give a fuck.
shows, so Marvel put probably most of the money into them when they were made.
That's true. Marvel,
They just
because I
needed a
mean, they
place
were
to put
Netflix
'em.
shows,
Yeah.
but Marvel
They just
was
didn't have a
producing
streaming service, so they just probably used Netflix as the ramp.
That is
So here's something funny. Like back when I was super into comics, they didn't have a Daredevil TV show,
Mhm.
right? And I loved Daredevil so much. And there were
When
these.
Affleck became Daredevil, and you realize how dumb you are to love Daredevil.
Oh,
My dad's favorite is Daredevil, so I hate Daredevil.
Matt Murdock is a sweet pimp of love. He fucks everything.
See, that's
that's
don't know that.
yeah, but
Is that true?
yeah,
He's nothing,
yeah.
nothing like
He
that
sleeps
now.
with everybody.
He's nothing like that
He
now.
gets
He's,
Natasha. He sleeps with. Oh man, he's always got a hot babe.
But they're not
That's
gonna-
probably why my dad liked him too, because my dad's a sex freak.
they're not gonna do anything like that now.
But
No, I'm not saying now. I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
was he really? I can't remember.
Daredevil was the only guy that they brought over from the TV shows.
oh really?
He just finished shooting his scenes for Spider-Man 3.
But cool. But there was.
But I don't think he's gonna be Daredevil in it. I think people are getting excited about it. Once again, I can't give away. I don't want to give away the plot of Spider-Man 2 because you haven't seen it yet. But
He
something
ain't gonna
big.
fucking. Who cares?
Watch it in like 5 years.
Yeah. Don't
Well-
worry about him. You're not spoiling it for him.
Okay.
If you ain't watched it, it's his fucking fault.
Well, yeah, that is true because
It's just
Homecoming
been out
did come out like
Fucking 3 years ago.
But anyway,
4 years ago. Something
I
like
think
that.
at the end of how at the end of the movie he got doxxed. Now everybody knows.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is him clearing his name. So I think he's going to go to Matt Murdock as a lawyer to help him clear. First, I think he's going to go to Doctor Strange. I think he's going to go to Doctor Strange and ask Doctor Strange to magic it away.
And Doctor
And
Strange
Doctor
probably
Strange's not
knows
going to do it.
and probably knows who Matt Murdock is.
Probably. And I can see
Yeah,
that.
he
I
does.
can, yeah, Doctor Strange he would know about anybody
Because he's
with
in New York
abilities.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would know about anybody with abilities, I imagine. So he probably would have.
Does he really have abilities?
Well, I mean, he supposedly has all of his senses are heightened, so he.
Well,
so
no, but-
Yeah, he
you can
can
technically say he has superhuman abilities.
he can hear he's like the same thing as Spider-Man. He's got like a spidey sense. He can
Yeah, like he can hear
shit.
attacks coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he can
He can hear the wind.
smell things
Yeah.
that alert him to shit.
My favorite is when he tunes in on the women's heartbeats so he knows what they want.
I mean, it does happen. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you think about it though, like these were fucking pigs who were writing these comics back then. So of course they are like most comic women are objectified.
No,
Hold
they're
on.
not pigs. These are guys that aren't
He
getting
can't
laid,
see
so they
them.
don't know how
He's
it really
not
works.
objectifying them by their looks. He just can hear beauty.
You are objectifying a woman.
You can just hear
If
beauty.
all you want from her is sex.
Nuh-uh.
That
You
is
can just hear
objectifying.
beauty.
Yes, it is.
Because he likes his alone cuddle time with them.
That's agree to disagree. Agree to disagree.
Did you read Daredevil?
Yes, I read a few Daredevil comics. See, I mean, he's not lying. There's nothing. There's truth in what he's saying.
I mean, shit.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's one comic where there's one where he literally was. He was at a bar and he was talking to this woman and he was listening to her heartbeat and trying to decide the right things to say to get her to allow him to take her home. basically.
And he always takes them home.
Like, he's like, yeah. And it's
But-
like, and yeah, like the whole, it's like the interest. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like page 1 to a comic. And like the whole intro is like that back and forth with him and the woman at the bar, and it's like him, like he's
But-
looking at the drink, but you see like in the bubble, you see like a EKG, and it's like him listening to her heart, and like he'll say something and it'll speed up.
But
It's like, oh, okay.
he doesn't objectify all women because he loves Karen Page and she gets AIDS. And
That
he
is
stays with her.
That is true.
What?
Yeah, Karen Page got done dirty.
Yeah, Mysterio
She had a
tricks her and gives her AIDS.
She had a rough life.
Like Trickster? Like
No, like-
Cartman tricks Stan? Or Kyle?
Why did I forget? I should have known that.
You remember when Cartman gives Kyle AIDS?
If I'm not mistaken, he
Oh shit.
he disguised himself as who?
Who?
Oh, shit. Now see, these are coming today.
Well, that's the ones that Kevin Smith wrote. Because Kevin Smith wrote 6 episodes, the original 6-episode reboot of Daredevil. When they
He did. So he's done a lot of Supergirl. He's directed a lot of Supergirl episodes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, I told you she had a rough run. She got addicted to heroin. She started making porno.
yeah, she was a porn star.
Mm-hmm. He helped her beat her addiction.
Yeah, and then she gets AIDS.
I was about to say, I'm trying to.
And I think Bullseye kills her.
Yeah, she did die. I can't remember how she died, but she did die.
Pretty sure it's Bullseye.
She's watching it now. I think she's watching the first one because Gamora's still around. You think they're gonna bring her back?
Who?
Well, they already brought her back. Never mind.
Well, I don't know what role she gonna play with us. Supposedly, like 2014 Gamora, I guess is now in this universe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what happened in the end of Avengers.
yeah he disguised himself as a doctor. That's how he did.
Who did?
Mysterio. And she ended up trying to save Daredevil. She stepped in front of something that a bullseye threw at Daredevil, and it ended up impaling her, and she died.
Yeah.
She was loyal to him.
And then he grieves her, but he still hooks up with everybody
I'm
else.
surprised now.
But it's because he's grieving.
Why would she jump in front of something trying to save a superhero? I said, girl, I'm a regular old person. If he can't save himself,
Which he can he? 'Cause he
yes,
can't cover?
yes.
Except for when it's the Kingpin, because Kingpin's so fat that he has a really slow heartbeat, so he can't hear him coming.
Oh, well, that, yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, but can't you hear his footsteps?
I feel like I remember that being a thing. No, the Kingpin was a fighter.
yeah, Kingpin's part of Hand.
He was fat, but he was a fighter. He was light on his feet, baby. Now he wasn't just big for no reason.
Which,
He could fight.
yeah, Hand is, well, Stick was badass because Stick trains.
Well, they are
Daredevil.
bringing in that fucking what is Phase 5 again, or Phase 4?
This is the multiverse phase.
Because we get Doctor Strange this year, right?
Next year,
Next year,
next March, I think.
we get all the stupid movies this year that we were supposed to get last year.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Well, Shang-Chi was supposed to come out this year. It was supposed to come out earlier this year. It got pushed back.
Who's she again?
So it's
Shang-Chi
2021.
is basically their Bruce Lee.
Oh, we get Spider-Man,
Oh, and Spider-Man comes out in December.
which is probably going to lead up to Doctor Strange still.
Yep, that's why it had to come out this year, because it has to come out before Doctor Strange.
Man, that Jamie
For the
Foxx
storyline
Spider-Man
fit.
Because
was
these other ones, these 3 other ones are probably just. Isn't hers just a? It's going to be an origin story.
Black Widow?
Yeah.
Nope. It takes place between Civil War and Infinity War, I think.
Oh, okay. When they're on the run.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming right after that part where she steps aside and lets Cap and them get on the plane. I'm assuming whatever she goes off to do after that, because then she doesn't meet up with them again until
Why the fuck did it take him so long to release this then?
what?
If it's not an origin story, and it's like takes place way.
My guess is spoilers, Fox.
What?
It probably has spoilers.
What do you mean spoilers?
Like, there's probably things in it that tell things they don't want you to know. Like maybe it makes references to. Oh well, no, I guess it couldn't make references
You know what?
to WandaVision
Hold on.
because that's present day.
It could definitely bring Samuel L. Jackson back.
He's already back.
He's already back?
He did. Yeah, he's getting his own show. Secret
Oh
Invasion.
Shit.
He was on the fucking from Snap. He got brought back into Snap.
Yeah, they all got brought back together.
Yeah.
Everybody came back at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm glad he's back though because. So, I mean, I'm ready to see Hulkling and Billy. That's like Billy is like the most iconic gay character
Who?
in comics. Billy.
Who's Billy?
It's one of Wanda's twins.
Oh, really?
He is literally the most gay iconic
Which one is
character.
that? The fat one or the?
That's the one with the magic, like her. He literally just got married to another young Avenger.
Really?
He got married to Hulkling.
To who?
Hulkling. He's a part Kree, part Skrull.
Oh. I Am Groot TV series.
Yup.
Ironheart.
That's Riri. That's the black girl that's playing Iron. Well, technically, Ironheart is her name. She's not really playing Iron Man. Some people, somebody speculated and said that it's possible that she's probably one of the,
Who's Moon
she's one of the
Knight?
children that
Moon
he
Knight.
gave all those.
Moon Knight's a
when Tony-
psychopath.
Hold on now, sir. You gonna let me finish what the fuck I'm trying to say?
Okay.
When Tony Stark gave out all them scholarships to them kids at MIT, somebody was saying that Riri was probably in that audience. That's the little girl Riri. She's Ironheart.
So I Am Groot.
Oh, but now you can move on. You asked about Moon Knight.
Who the fuck is Moon Knight?
He's a
He's a
psycho.
psycho. Pretty much.
Yeah. He's like the Punisher without a conscience.
He
Like
he has dissociative identity disorder or something like that.
yeah.
So, but he got his powers from like the Egyptian moon god or something like that. So I can't remember what exactly it is that he could do.
Which is weird because one of Veronica's friends, he's got this tattoo of I can't remember what pharaoh like worship thing, and I go, why would you do that? You know, like what would, or not, you know, why would you do that? Like, why would you get that tattoo? And he goes, he's come to me twice in my dreams, and I just, you know, I was like, man, I really should get him tattooed on me. And then I looked him up. He's the dream god that comes to you, like the pharaoh of dreams that comes to you. And I was like, ooh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So Shang-Chi's just a regular dude.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's basically Marvel's Batman.
Who, Shang-Chi?
No,
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
So he doesn't kill.
Yeah. Both are millionaire entrepreneurs, expert detectives, similar gadgets. Oh, and then of course, Moon Knight has multiple identities, and he also has superpowers. Batman does not.
He's got some link to the Taskmaster too.
He has increased strength, speed, and endurance depending on the lunar cycle. Like he's at his strongest when the moon is full or some shit like that.
Okay. So Black Widow is
right?
Yeah, but it says, AKA Black Widow confronts the darker parts of her ledger when a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past arises, pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down. Natasha must deal with her history as a spy and the broken relationship left in her wake long before she became an Avenger. So yeah, and then Shang-Chi must confront his past, though he left behind. Thought he left behind when he is drawn into the world of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. The Elements is about Elements features exciting new team of superheroes, ancient aliens who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, the unexpected tragedy forces them out of the shadows to reunite against mankind's most ancient enemy, the Deviants.
So I'm confused on that because I don't know. I'm just getting confused.
Why? Did I not read it right?
No, it's just not lining up. They supposedly somebody said. I mean, I was reading something about that being like that was like a story that a movie that takes place over like thousands and thousands of millennia. Supposedly, like it moves through history.
They may do that. I'm just saying, maybe they have to do that. Maybe what brings them out in the first place is the end game.
Did they do Immortal? Or not Immortals, yeah. Did they do Immortals?
They did a TV series, didn't they?
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
the one
wait,
that's the one
Inhumans?
with,
Inhumans, yeah.
Black Bolt or
Inhumans.
whatever.
It was so trash.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I thought it was going to be a trash comic, and it was
It
good.
was a trash TV show. I tell you that.
Really.
Well, I like Black Bolt. Black Bolt is a good character.
And his girl, like Medusa.
Yeah, Medusa, which I don't dislike the idea of her correct character, but it's just like how many situations is having tactile hair gonna help you in? Like, I mean, once again, that's some hand-to-hand combat shit. Like, if you find a bitch hand-to-hand, oh yeah,
But when she's
because
out
then you
in
surprise
space,
that bitch and whip her with your hair, and she'll never see it coming. But if you find somebody with powers, like him, if for whatever reason she ever needed to fight him, it would be over in me. Well, Black Bolt is like insanely powerful. Like if he whispers, like he can fucking level a building.
I think that she's the communicator for Black Bolt.
Yes, she communicates with him. They have a secret language,
Yeah.
and she communicates his wishes, which they brought that over in the show. I like that, but he
Did
spoke at some point.
they could have brought Thor in super easy because there's a whole arc where
But this is the
they
thing.
capture Thor for some reason, and
You was never gonna get Thor to show up on ABC. That was the whole problem with that. But now that you got Disney Plus,
yeah,
they'll have no issue showing up on Disney Plus because it's this who signed the checks. Even though if you think about it, Disney on ABC too. So like I mean, but it's hard to get big
the
name.
Shield.
Yeah, but it's hard to get big name actors to do TV. Like they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the tide is kind of changing in that, but big name actors don't really care to do TV.
Well, TV, you get your script that week or the week,
Yeah,
before,
and you got- right.
versus
You don't get a
a
whole-
movie where
Months to go over the lines and all this. You got to learn that shit in a week. And you got to remember a whole 30-minute episode or an hour episode worth of dialogue. And I would like TV more because to me, changing it up every week, that would be more exciting to me than waiting months and months and months to do a movie for months and then you waiting years and years and years to do a movie for a few months and then years and years. No. I'm like, girl, let me just keep working. Put me on TV. But Fox, no, you need to look out for this fucking Shang-Chi movie. I think that might end up being
I
really
don't
good.
remember who that is in the comic.
He's a martial artist. I don't think he got no special powers.
Did they just change it to Phase 4? And what's Phase 5 now?
They won't. He said they're not revealing when Phase 5 will begin.
Oh, so we're just seeing Phase 4.
Yep. So it's just gonna be Phase 4 until they say otherwise, basically. But usually they end it with some big apocalyptic event, like
Yeah,
Endgame,
Fantastic
Phase
Four.
3. Well, no, that ain't big enough. And we have to.
That's the thing. There's no Avengers in here at all in this Phase 4.
That's because they hadn't announced the Young Avengers movie.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they switched it up and decided they were gonna use Fantastic Four as a way to end the fucking Big Baby Boss.
I don't think so.
Why wouldn't you?
Because you got to introduce them.
You
That's probably gonna be that movie is probably gonna be.
You have to introduce them the same way they introduced Spider-Man. You can't bring him. There's been too many fucking origin stories out on the fucking market in video for people to care about.
But
origin story.
This is different.
How?
Because that's Marvel's first family. Everybody wants to see their story done right, even if it's flashbacks. They want it done right. It's been butchered for two times in 4 movies or 3 movies.
I can't believe they're making a Shang fucking Chi movie. I know who this character is. He's not like shit. He's like a weak B
It's the
character.
Ten Rings, I think.
It's right. It's the villain. Because I think
Then we better get Fing Fang Foom. If they don't do Fing Fang Foom with the
it was a lot of people.
rings.
There was a lot of people was upset about that.
Because you got Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Like, you better be.
then Guardians. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy is a
And
big fucking-
that's what I was about to say. It could
Big
be
end.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and then Fantastic
Because
Four just
especially if
thrown
it
in
ends
there.
up being a space threat.
But it might not even be an end. It could be like an end, but not an end.
I mean, but it still got to be some big climactic.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be
Conclusion.
Avengers climactic. Because if you think about it, Phase 3 was the Avengers' big climactic end, and it was building through the first 3
I'm
phases.
telling you, Fox. They end each phase with a big Avengers movie.
Who was the end of the first one?
The end of the first one was the first Avengers movie. The end of the second one was Age of Ultron.
Well, they're not doing that now.
They are. There's an Avengers movie coming out. I promise you, Fox. I'm telling you. That's why he left it open-ended like that, because they probably don't know when they're doing the Young Avengers movie, which makes sense because you still got so many characters to set up before you do the Young Avengers movie. But my speculation is that the next big Avengers movie is going to be the Young Avengers. That's what I think.
I didn't like the Young Avengers.
Wasn't it
My
supposed to be
recollection.
that?
I did, because you got Billy, a gay icon, sis is that girl.
Yeah, but how do they get
And
that
then you
old
got-
that quick? They're babies.
No, the blip fast forwarded most of their aging, because only certain few you needed to deal with aging for, because like for Hawkeye, Kate Barton, you don't need to like age her up or nothing. Like you just put her as
No, I'm
somebody
talking
that's
about-
been living
isn't-
about
isn't-
doing whatever.
Isn't it Wanda? Are you talking about Wanda's kids?
Well, yes, but they're gonna get aged up by the end of this. Probably by the end of this arc. By the end of Doctor Strange 3, they're probably gonna, or Doctor Strange 2, they're probably gonna be aged up. I'm telling you, Fox. Like, when she, in the comics, the way she did it, she ended up retaking those 2 pieces of Mephisto's souls, but instead of birthing 2 children herself, they went into 2 separate wombs of 2 mothers that was giving birth at the same time, and they didn't find out about each other until they grew up as teenagers. That's their origin story in the comics. They actually got recruited for the Young Avengers, and after they got recruited, they found out that they were brothers or twins, or their whole origins, quote unquote. And then there's a story about them going to find Wanda, who's in Latveria when they go to look for her, actually with Dr. Doom. But that's a whole other side story.
Yeah.
Well, there's speculation that Doom could be one of the big baddies.
Hopefully.
You gotta fucking do Doom. If you're gonna do Fantastic Four, like you gotta do Doom. Like Dr. Doom is clearly iconic. He's another character that's been done wrong twice. Well, I ain't gonna say done wrong because I didn't dislike Julian McMahon as Dr. Doom, if I'm being perfectly honest. He was just another character that had a shit script and a shit movie to work with, and he was trying his best.
Yeah, because all those characters are actually pretty decent.
But like I said,
My only complaint was Jessica Alba.
Yeah,
I didn't like
that's
her.
The second one, I'm talking about like that first crew.
That was the first crew.
No, the first crew was
Jessica Alba.
Oh, was it?
I can't think of who
I
Reed
didn't
Richards
watch the new
was.
Fantastic
Chris
Four.
Evans was Johnny
Yeah,
Storm.
You're right.
They did
Yeah.
the second one with Silver Surfer.
But the guy that
The
played
second
Snake-
one was what's that white heifer name?
Speaking of that, Silver Surfer is going to be interesting to see that. In
What the fuck is that
today's
white
age.
heifer name?
But that comic that I mentioned last time, Doom
I
Quest,
can't remember
you
the
get
name.
you get Doctor Doom and Iron Man, and War Machine is back at home taking care of, because they think that Iron Man's
Bless you
dead.
all.
Iron Man is dead.
But
Well, I mean,
what
yeah,
if they
it's
think that he's dead, but he actually went to the past where Doctor Doom is, and then Doctor Doom and him get the rings and Fing Fang Foom, and that's the whole origins of the Ten Rings.
I don't
What are the
think
10 rings?
The Ten Rings are the 10 rings are the rings that are on fucking the power
Terrorist?
gauntlet. The
Is a terrorist organization
Thanos is called.
yes.
dedicated to destroying the world peace by any means necessary. It is believed to be led by a mysterious warlord known as the
The
Mandarin.
Mandarin. He had
And-
10 rings and each one of them did something different.
Yeah,
He wore a
but
ring on each finger.
Mandarin got the rings from Fing Fang Foom after Doom and Iron Man blow up Fing Fang Foom. Mandarin's the one who collects the rings,
That
and
sounds familiar.
and that becomes the gauntlet, which becomes Adam Warlock's glove, which then Thanos then collects
Yes.
in the Infinity
That
Gauntlet,
is exactly what happened.
and that's how Thanos
But
gets
they
his
butchered
power.
this story,
Yeah.
so now I don't know how they're gonna do that because I don't even know if the 10 rings of power are gonna have any significance in this movie.
Didn't they try and do
It
some
may just be a gangster organization.
trash with Ben Kingsley in one of
Mhm. Yeah, he was in
Then they
Second one.
retconned it and said that he was just a imposter
the yeah
pretending to be the Mandarin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
yeah
little,
because he was a joke, and
Yeah.
the other guy was
it was a little featurette they released. It was like 2
Sam
minutes
Rockwell.
long, and they had him. He got kidnapped by the actual Mandarin, and they was like, "You've been using his name or something like that." And they was like, "Well, he's ready to meet you now," or some shit like that, supposedly implying that the real Mandarin does exist in the MCU, which I guess he's going to obviously now. Shang-Chi is about to come out, and he's going to be in it.
and they haven't done anything with War Machine since those movies.
Yeah, he's been in it.
Well, he's just been
Which one, Don Cheadle or
Paralyzed.
Terrence
Yeah,
Howard?
he's,
Don
he's
Cheadle.
not paralyzed anymore. I mean, he's paralyzed, but he has fucking.
he got them prosthetics.
Robot legs.
Yeah, well, they not even really robot legs.
Because
It's like,
he was like in Avengers Endgame because they were trying to like, he was helping them try to find Thanos because he was the only Avenger left.
oh, that is right, and he was the only one that was in favor of the Accords left too.
You know what I did like about
Well, no, because Cap was on the other side.
the Iron Man movie was so popular
Well,
that
because remember, I'm saying he's the only one left at that time because what's his name's in space.
That's what I'm saying.
Iron Man was in
Tony
space.
Stark was in space,
Yep.
and we didn't know where. No one knew where Hulk. I mean, no one knew where Hulk was. Wait a minute, where was Hulk?
Hulk was in space with what's his name? With Thor.
Oh yeah, that is right. Him and Thor was doing this. They was going on their Ragnarok
Yeah.
adventure. I forgot about Ragnarok. They should have brought Hela back. Hela was a very good villain.
They might bring her back.
She went away too soon.
I
They
don't
should
think.
brought her back.
Do you think she's dead?
Mm-mm.
Then
But because she's Asgardian like all of them. So if she died, she would have been reincarnated. Because that's the whole cycle of Ragnarok is death and then rebirth. Which is why. That's why they're saying. That's why the speculation is that Loki is going to have to track down his alternate selves because supposedly him dying in Ragnarok. Because technically, and I agree with this.
well, the Mandarin.
He died technically during Ragnarok.
Who?
Technically, Loki, because Surtur literally jammed that fucking knife into, or that sword into Asgard and started everything, blowing everything up. and they literally flew off and ran into Thanos.
Yeah.
So
right
technically,
after.
Ragnarok was still going on,
Yeah.
and he died during Ragnarok. So the theory is that he reincarnated as Kid Loki and Lady Loki and President Loki. And the Loki TV show is going to be about him going to these different timelines where he reincarnated and capturing himself. Because in each timeline, obviously, like the worst possible thing has happened. He's done like the most despicable thing.
Because that's what he does.
Well, it's Loki.
You mentioned like
Mandarin was in Ant-Man?
Oh, now see, I'm not too familiar with Ant-Man.
No, in the movie.
Where?
It's maybe that's what you're talking about when they did the.
There might have been hints to it.
No, maybe that's when they did the thing you're talking about, where they're like the end credit scene,
Of what?
where they take that.
No, because that end credit scene is old as hell.
What was it in Iron Man 3?
No, it was just a little featurette that they released. It came out shortly after Iron Man 3, not too
there's
long
a
after.
third Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes, in 08. No, in 2010.
Who was in that one?
That was the one where AIM had a short little introduction in that, and they was trying to. I think they was trying to. I don't remember what. No,
Hold on.
it was the virus. The what's it called? The Regis, the something.
Oh, yeah, that Extremist.
Extremist.
I
Yes.
read that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, hold on. I
That's
think
what they did.
I did see that
Oh,
because
it's
I
Ben
went to the
Kingsley
theater.
again playing as the Mandarin, isn't he?
In what?
In this Iron Man 3. It's him right there.
Yeah,
He wasn't the real Mandarin.
I know, but he's playing as someone who's pretending to be.
He was intimidating. You know, I mean, he was imitating the Mandarin. They hired him. He was an actor.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that.
Whoever was trying to trick people hired
Whiplash
him.
was Whiplash the second
Two.
one.
Whiplash was 2.
And the third one was.
And I liked him with that fucking electrical whip. He was like, girl, let me slice this car in half, bitch. He came close. Like, if Tony Stark wasn't as brilliant as he was, and if he was a little bit better, because that first fight, when they was on the racetrack, he was not ready for that shit. Like, he had the upper hand on him and everything. Like, he could have fucking took Iron Man out. But he fucked around and didn't do it, and then they took him away, and Iron Man was able to go back and fortify his suit against electricity. So by the time they met again, it was like, I got you, bitch.
What I was gonna say was people loved what's her face. What's Pepper Potts' name in real life?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
People love Gwyneth Paltrow so much that in the comic books they switched Pepper Potts to look like Gwyneth
Gwyneth
Paltrow.
Paltrow. I mean, she embodied her. Like, even though Pepper Potts doesn't really do much, I mean, I think she becomes Rescue in the comics. I think she becomes Rescue in the comics. And they end up doing that in the movies.
I know she dons the suit a couple times in the comics.
Well, yeah, her name. She went under the code name Rescue whenever she was in the suit.
Mrs. Slattery, me and the boys was just wondering if you could do voice.
Yeah, when did that come out?
Which,
Oh, 2014?
Yeah, that.
I'm not your meat puppet. Oh, very well. And you'll never see me
I don't know what the fuck that was.
That wasn't it.
I remember being disappointed.
It was it was a clip where some guy had kidnapped him and they had him, it might have started out like that in the prison, but some guy kidnapped him and then he had him in a room and he was talking to him and he was like, you've been imitating him and using his name or something like that. I think it's about time you meet or something like that. And I thought it was called All Hail the King, so I don't know what's going on with that.
So now that I think about it, Iron Man 1 is probably the most solid Marvel movie
No.
because even though it does take some liberties with the storyline, it's the closest to the original storyline of any other Marvel movie. No?
No, to me, the most clean movie by far as keeping close to the storyline and also updating it so that new fans will enjoy it is Civil War. Like the plot of that movie, the way they did it, the way they executed it, the way I never saw that coming at the end when they revealed that Bucky was the one that killed Tony's parents. That movie was, to me, that's even with Endgame and End War. That's Infinity War and Endgame. That's still my favorite Marvel movie by far.
What?
The Winter Soldier was pretty good, but
I like Winter Soldier. Civil War. To me, that might as well be an Avengers movie. Like if the stakes were that high, like what happens when the world's most powerful superhero team is arguing and fighting against each other. Like to me, that was Avengers level threat. They leveled the fucking airport, but I mean that's neither here nor there. I don't know, Fox. I don't know why you can't find it.
I saw Civil War.
I saw that boy easy as fuck. But I don't remember why I saw that. To be honest, I just remember seeing it when it came out.
It was like fucking 7 years ago.
That is true. Yeah. It was how long was that?
Tonight is the fan premiere of All Hail the King, which is a Marvel one-shot that I directed and stars Ben Kingsley and Scoot McNairy. It's my
I don't remember it being no whole event or nothing like that. I saw it after the fact. But I just remember seeing the video. And I remember seeing that dude interviewing him and telling him maybe it's time y'all need to meet. And he said, girl, come on, it's time for you to meet the Mandarin, sweetie. Honey dip. I ain't know nothing about no Mandarin, Fox. The only Mandarin I know is an orange.
You don't know this shit.
Well, I didn't know
Are you
too much
looking
about
for
Shang-Chi.
the scene of it?
Shang-Chi was not that big of a character, so I don't really know nothing about him too much.
What?
I'm excited about other things like She-Hulk. I'm
You
excited.
gonna do Red Hulk?
That's the theory. That's the theory is that they're gonna do what is it? Red Hulk and
Do they do Planet Hulk?
the Team of Hulks.
Planet Hulk would be
What
good.
would it was the team, not the Team of Hulks.
Oh, so they did like a 13-minute movie, dude.
In fact, he seems oblivious to pretty much everything.
Look at it. It's like a 13.
I don't ever remember seeing that.
Because now, the whole world knows his name. This is my last chance to get beyond his lies and excuses, to confront the subject with elements of his own past, in order to unlock the truth.
Wait a minute, I feel like I might do
Bullseye
remember
on the
this.
back of his neck.
I think I might do remember this. I think the interviewer is shiesty. I don't think he's really an interviewer. I think he's just using that as a cover to get along with him, I think, or something. Because Fox, what is he? I don't remember watching no 30. Yeah, there you go. I remember that. Him holding the gun to his head. Told you. I remember that part.
And now he wants it back. No, sorry. I still don't get it.
Okay.
But that was just their way of fixing.
The little fuck up.
That was their way of fixing the fuck up, yeah. Because people was disappointed. Like, bitch, how you gonna tease the Mandarin, talk about having the Mandarin in the movie, and end up it's an old man in a fucking chair talking behind the camera? Like, it's disrespect to the character.
What's he normally look
I mean, he's a much bigger character than that. He looked like a old ass Chinese dude.
Yeah, he's He's got like long
Right,
hair
a
and
long-ass
rings.
beard.
His rings are essentially the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Because he's got all 10 rings, which make the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the stones.
It's not about the stones
But
no more.
no, the
rings have
the
power.
rings are the stones.
Yeah.
They're 10 individual
In
rings.
the comic book, that's where the Infinity Gems came from. The rings. They're one and the same essentially.
Yeah.
They fucked it up in the MCU by doing the Infinity Stones and doing them the way they did them, because now they're trying to talk about something that actually precedes
Well,
the Infinity Stones or the.
but if they
Infinity
go back in
Gems.
time, that could be why.
That's what I was about to say. Unless this is I don't know what time period this movie is set in. Unless this is like a precursor to show like where the rings came from. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is where the rings came. Maybe this is the origin story of the rings or something. I don't know, but I mean of the stones.
Maybe it's 10 rings is more of reference to the organization.
That's what I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna have anything to do with maybe it'll have some mystical stuff in it, but I think it's mostly gonna be a ground level type story.
You know what
like,
they could be?
he's probably gonna have this criminal organization that's huge, that's probably doing all kind of nefarious things around the world, and it's probably gonna be up to him to stop the Mandarin and stop the organization. I think it's gonna be more so that type of stuff on like a ground threat level.
Isn't the 10 rings the what's Silver Samurai? Wolverine,
Oh shit!
which
We
could
forgot Wolverine definitely went to motherfucking
China,
Come on now.
Japan.
He went to
Japan.
Japan.
What's that
Right.
have to do with anything? Oh, he could be maybe he comes in as Shang-Chi?
Yeah, fight with Shang-Chi, and that could be where the Mandarin 10 Rings link goes over.
I think all this shit is done on purpose because they're teasing multiple opportunities for shit to pop off, so that it's hard for you to zero on the real what if. Because I've already noticed at least like 3 or 4 different points where I feel like Wolverine could come in, or at least be introduced, name dropped, or the seeds be planted for him, and it's like I feel like they're doing that on purpose. Just so that you can't.
Because you know they're going to bring him in.
Yes. Like, I mean, they have to. But I still stand by what I said. That core group of X-Men, they have to be done right. Like, if you're going to start in with those X-Men, they got to be cast right.
If they don't cast Wolverine right,
I mean,
I don't think
to be
Hugh
honest,
Jackman
I think
was
they need to
right.
quit
You
bullshitting.
don't think they're going to use Jackman again?
they shouldn't.
No, he don't want to play it no more. He said he would never do it.
He'll do Logan.
I mean, well, I guess I can see him doing that. But then, no, you've already done Logan. Leave that movie where it was at. 2017, that was a good movie. It ended in a good spot.
Fuck yeah, it did.
Only thing I would want to see more of
Is
from
her.
that movie is her. Yep. See, show me what she's doing now and who she's become.
How she's fucking
X-23. Then I can, I can get behind that. But I think they should, hire somebody short.
Yes.
I think they should.
Stocky.
Yes, he should
hairy.
be hairy as fuck. They
Yep.
should stay true to the character, I think, because that's
Which
the iconic
they've been doing. They do it way better than everyone else does.
Charlie Day.
This is true. Charlie Day would be a good choice, and he has the acting chops to actually act, but he's just not big enough.
No, he's not strong enough.
Yeah, you need somebody buff.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of scrawny in here.
You need someone like, what's his name? The guy that plays Venom, but shorter.
Yeah, like a short Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if Tom Hardy would be hairy enough.
No, not hairy, but he's got that build.
Yeah, he got the build, but you need somebody that can grow that fur. Like Hugh Jackman had the hair. Like when he first ripped that shirt off, and you saw how hairy his chest and stuff, he gave you Wolverine. I'm like, oh bitch. Okay, but that's the Aussie in him, I imagine. But they need to cast this shit right. Like whoever they cast for Storm, it got to be right.
Are you worried though?
I'm very worried.
Why?
Because to be honest, this is their first opportunity to fuck up. Like, they could have, like, out of all the casting decisions they made in the past, there was no room for error. Like, I mean, there was room for error because these aren't like, they've never, outside of maybe Captain America.
Are not characters that have been on
Which
TV.
Captain America, we wouldn't have gave a fuck either. If they did, as long as he was good looking and blonde and could act, most people probably wouldn't have gave a fuck about Captain America. But
They picked a good Captain America.
They did because Chris Evans, he embodies that.
They could. All right, hold on. Let me excuse that statement. They could have really fucked up Captain America.
I mean, they could have. They could have like trying to be progressive or something and doing somebody with dark hair or somebody, you know, with not blue eyes or some shit like that.
They could have Tobey Maguired us.
Yes.
They could have gave us a goofy ass.
They got it right.
Captain.
They got it right. And then he looks amazing as Captain America with the beard. Like he fucking, there's a precedent for that.
So far they haven't failed yet. You're just thinking because. Of
well,
the
that's
fact
because
that we
there's
have a
been
huge
so much.
actor already.
There's been so much room for error, Fox. There's the characters that we've seen are so, I won't say generic, but they're like, as long as you get somebody, there's like characters that as long as you get somebody in the ballpark that can act, people are not going to be upset. Like Black Widow. The runner-up for Black Widow was fucking, what's her name from The Quiet Place?
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. She was the runner-up. And she literally, well, she wasn't the runner-up, if I'm being perfectly honest, because I just found this out. She got the role.
Really?
But she had scheduling conflicts, and that caused her to have to drop out at the last minute. So technically, Scarlett Johansson is the runner-up. So just imagine
when she comes into the fold, she's just a secretary.
Yes. And
She's
she
not-
gives that look,
Yeah.
secretary. But I would have loved to see her do all the stunts and stuff that
But
Black
she's
Widow
gonna.
does.
She's supposed to be Miss Fantastic.
That's what people want. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but people want her and John Krasinski to be fantastic. I mean, Mr. Fantastic in suit. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I think John Krasinski is gonna be a alternate. Because there was talks of both of them being at Marvel talking about something, but I think she's gonna be the alternate Black Widow, which is the role that she got and was almost playing. And I think John Krasinski is gonna be the alternate Captain America. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he was in the talks to play Captain America originally. I think that's what they're doing for the
that
multiverse.
wouldn't have been a good Captain America.
I beg to differ. I think if he had shaved that beard and was able to be serious.
I don't think he got in shape the way Evans is.
You know who would have been?
I mean, he wasn't out of shape. Like
No,
when he was
but
on The Office.
But Evans is in some amazing shape.
But that's just a commitment thing. Like if you want to do it, you'll do it. It's not like that's something that was unattainable for him. Like if he wanted to get in that type of shape and get bulked up,
but
he could.
he's more of a homely guy.
It doesn't, Fox. It doesn't fucking matter. Have you seen Neville Longbottom?
What?
He literally became an internet sensation because he was this fat little dumpy something in Harry Potter, and now he got like fucking abs and chest, and he's like body down. Like Fox, you can turn your body into whatever you want to turn into if you have the dedication. Stop shaming people out here. That is what you're trying to say. What are you trying to say?
Some people don't like. He's not. He's more of a dad than he is a superhero.
That does not matter. If he would have got buffed up and got
He's more
muscular
Jack
as fuck.
Ryan.
No, that's just how you choose to see him.
All right, so
That's how because I would have never pictured Chris Evans as Captain America
did
in
you
a
guys
million
like
years.
Hawkeyes?
Well,
He was a
Did you
douchebag
guys like
as Johnny
this
Storm.
in the movie?
No.
Because I thought they picked the shit. I like Jeremy
I like
Renner,
Jeremy Renner,
but I did not.
but I didn't like him as Hawkeye.
well,
I think
you get
that-
the series.
It's not about him. It's for Kate Barton. It's to introduce us to her. So she's a young Avenger.
better Hawkeyes would have been Mark Wahlberg. No,
Nah, he's too much.
He's too buff. Yeah, he's too muscular.
but he was always going head to toe with Iron Man.
But he
so
slimmed
they
down.
coulda-
He slimmed down for roles before. So maybe if he was willing to get slim for the role, but you need.
But Hawkeye was the only person strong enough to wield Captain's shield. So
True.
I could see that.
True, but I guess it's the way they got him written in the movies. Because in the movies, he's much more like acrobatic. Like they got him like jumping from fucking buildings and catching shit flying by.
He's not a very interesting character.
He's more athletic, so he has to be more lean and skinny.
He's like one
to
of
do
those
a lot of
characters
shit
that
he do.
needs a fucking show like Daredevil.
No, I think they just.
Like,
I think
he's
they
not,
just
you know,
didn't-
lower fucking. Like
He's not a
when
good
he's fighting
character.
fucking aliens, it doesn't really. He's not really that useful.
Not true. Like, because he probably had one of the highest kill counts out of everybody. Like, he got trapped in a pipe with quite a few of them bitches and held his fucking own. Let's be real. Because there were quite a few of them in there. And he was able to get away. Actually, he killed all of them. Because he came up at the top and he thought it was still more coming. And he turned and looked and there were no more. And he held his own. And I would say at least maybe 30 or 40 of them by himself. That's pretty impressive. Because those are outriders. And outriders are known for being extremely vicious. And they are very, very, very good fighters. I was shocked to see them in the comics too. But they didn't talk anything about the telepathic link. They have like hive minds. They think they can link telepathically.
Yeah.
But they didn't bring that up in the movie.
Ender Game. Ender's Game. Did you ever read that book?
Oh no, but I saw the movie.
That's the aliens that they're preparing for the whole time.
Yeah.
That's
They're outriders.
well, they're bugs, so they basically communicate.
I mean, a lot of their characters
that's why
are
they
pretty
needed-
like.
But that's why they needed Ender to do what he did.
Yeah.
Because they needed Ender to control the hive from above without any question. Like, he controlled them as if it was one hive mind to compete against the hive mind. Because
Right.
hive mind's so, like, you can't do it when you've got something back here seeing everything from up above. You can't win. That's why the humans get their asses whooped. And you come to find out that they didn't want to fight him in the first place.
Right.
That wasn't their intentions. It's just it was an accident or some shit like that.
Fox.
No way to communicate.
This Spider-Man movie. That's gonna be the one though. You want to pay attention to this one because if it's gonna set up Doctor Strange, then I think it's probably gonna have a lot more seeds or a lot more other Easter eggs or whatever ramifications. Because for one, I think that's probably where they're gonna tease or where they're gonna. Matter of fact, but that's too much. That movie is already crowded as fuck. But like, they're probably gonna throw a hint for the Fantastic Four in that movie because that's where all the Fantastic Four hints have been in the Spider-Man movies.
Was the new Fantastic Four movie another origin story?
I
don't know.
We don't know yet.
Oh, it's not out yet.
It doesn't come out. It's supposed to come out
guessing-
next year. They saying.
I'm putting it's on tape now, but I'm guessing it's basically the same as Spider-Man. It's gonna be a quick cut into how they got their powers, and we're already here, present day, dealing with the shit we're dealing with.
But I hate that in the Fantastic Four movies that they made because Miss Fantastic is actually married to Ben Thing.
Yeah, the thing.
She's married to the Thing, and then when he turns to Rock, she's like, I could never be with somebody so ugly that's turned into Rock. And then she goes off with fucking Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, they're never gonna do that.
It makes her look like a whore.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Well.
And last we saw, I don't know. I don't even remember what the thing looked like
people.
Yeah. Why would you
in the
do
last
like,
movie in the 2015?
Why would you write that into a comic?
Well, it was the 60s.
I don't give a shit. Why would you write
They
that?
wrote a comic.
It's a tale of your
comic
girl
where-
leaving for your best friend.
They wrote a comic where Hank Pym slapped the shit out of his wife.
Yeah. Janet Van Dyne.
Like, comics, they fit with the time. How men thought they put it in the comics. And back then you could slap
Real
your wife
life
and get away
issues,
for it. Nobody complained if you backhanded your wife. So, it's not that
Yeah,
far-fetched
but getting
when you
divorced from
compare it
one
with the
man and
time.
marrying another man was completely fucking.
Well, no, she didn't.
It wasn't
technically,
right away.
She
It was like a couple of comics later.
right. She technically became to realize that she could never love him in that state,
Yeah.
and she politely departed. And then she found that hey, I kind of like him. It just so happens that y'all are good friends.
And I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
she
that
was
should
trying to
work
fuck
out
around
real
with
well.
Doom.
But also too,
wasn't
she was. Yeah, I think she flirted with Doom a lot too. She was in the group, so it's like I can't lead a group.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right here in the group.
Yeah.
He's right here in the group. I might as well date him. But
he's the original cuck.
they're not going to talk about that at all, though, because they call them Marvel's first family. They are
Marvel's first cuck.
They're not going to bring any of that up. Believe me, it'll be some long ass story like they met in college or some shit like that. And have been together ever since then, and Ben is going to be a ladies' man or some shit.
Have they shot fucking Guardians in that shit yet?
No.
So you could have like maybe
Guardians probably won't start shooting till close toward the end of the year.
Maybe it is something that happens in the multiverse that brings.
I'm telling you, I think even though they had to push films back, I think the way they're releasing the films is still strategic. I think seeds are being planted in each movie for future things, and I think they tried as best as they could to keep them in order, because originally it was supposed to be Black Widow was supposed to come out before any of this.
Yeah, I know.
And because supposedly Yelena is her sister, and Black Widow, she's supposed to be in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's present day. So
that's why it comes out in May.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they come out at the same time.
But I mean, I'm saying it's still a spoiler. You threw my train of thought out for a split second.
You're welcome.
It basically shows to us, okay, she survives the end of that movie. Which, I mean, I guess it may not be that big of a spoiler. But think about how it would have been if you saw that movie in May of last year, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out in like August or whatever, and then you see her pop back up, and then introduce her as I think they're going to introduce her as like the new Black Widow going forward, because I think that's what she's going to be, because they've said multiple times like Natasha can't come back, Black Widow can't come back. So I think,
why can't she come back?
Because she died for the Soul Stone. It can't be undone or reversed in any way.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's dead. That's right.
She can never come back. So
you can't die when you reverse. Yeah, just like unless they go get her like they did Gamora.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing that irks me with Marvel.
They just basically proved that whole theory.
What did they do with the Cosmic Cube? Because the Cosmic Cube can reverse everything.
But they all been technically the Cosmic Cube was the Tesseract.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Which technically, that's what I'm saying. Like in the comics, it's the Cosmic Cube, but in the movies, they call it the Tesseract.
And doesn't Benicio have
And
that?
technically, the Tesseract ended up being an Infinity Stone in the movies.
Really?
I told you they messed it up by the way they did it.
They really fucked up the Infinity Stone.
A lot of people were upset about it, but the ending kind of made it worthwhile, because the ending was really dope. It kind of made up for it, but there was quite a few things that I was upset about. Adam Warlock was nowhere to be found. He was one of the biggest protagonists of the Infinity storyline. He knew before anybody.
That could have gave us Secret Wars and Venom and and Cross.
I still think Venom is coming over to the MCU in some way. I think Marvel has the intentions that they are eventually going to get their properties from Sony at some point. Because why else would you do Gore the God Butcher? His origin literally coincides with the origin of Venom species.
Well, I mean,
added to the fact that also, what the fuck else was I finna say? Damn, Fox, you be interrupting me and I get to listen to what you say.
I didn't say anything.
What did you say? You said something, because I listened to what you said and I can't remember the second thing I was gonna say. There was another thing that to me that I was like, they gotta feel like they're gonna get these characters at some point in time, because they're setting seeds up for. Oh, and then also too, I don't remember.
They got enough money.
But either way,
they don't own them already.
Well, Sony won't sell
because
they're still making money.
Yeah,
renting them out to Marvel, and that's
probably what's gonna happen.
That's the dilemma. But eventually, they're gonna. I think they'll sell eventually. I think they'll sell because Sony has nothing else going on. Like they literally, that first Spider-Man movie, they literally were like needing that movie to do well to not be bankrupt. I think they'll sell eventually.
first Spider-Man movie, you know, part of the reason why I think it became so hype.
It's only because it's Spider-Man.
No,
No,
you got to think of
it's
the
just
year it came out.
Nope, it's just because it's Spider-Man.
Think about
At
what
the end of
happened
the
that
day,
year.
Spider-Man is
Think
still
about what
the
happened that
number
year.
one most popular superhero of all time.
I'm not saying
Spider-Man is
wasn't
more
bad.
popular than Superman.
Do you remember the original trailer for Spider-Man?
I do.
What's he doing?
Yeah, and it came out, and that's all great.
That's what
and all
I'm
fine.
saying. He's New York superhero
I
in
don't
the
care.
time when New York was vulnerable. And
It would
needed
not
a
have mattered.
superhero.
If it had came out 3 years before, it would have done the same thing.
It was huge.
Superman,
Watching him
Spider-Man
swing.
is fucking huge.
When he was swinging as a human, he looked stupid. But when he had the suit on,
It was like, the dopest shit ever.
Yeah.
That shit was
Yeah,
crazy.
that was good CGI for those days.
That's what I'm saying.
the
It
shit,
wouldn't have mattered.
the shit that they just did in the last Spider-Man, mind blowing. It
Yeah.
looked like you're watching live TV.
Yeah.
The thing that
I gotta go
didn't-
home and watch
didn't like
Homecoming over again.
is that in the movie
Or Far
they
From
didn't
Home.
give him the shooters. I hated that they came out of his fucking.
Well, I have
skin.
an issue with that. I have an issue with that because, I
In
mean,
the comics, he always used the shooters,
he did.
and
He
that's
did.
the cool thing. He's always running out of fluid.
He's using the shooters now.
But let's be perfectly
that's the real
honest.
Spider-Man.
Let's be perfectly honest. I mean, spiders shoot fucking silk. Like, how far-fetched is it to believe that he would gain that ability as well, especially if webbing is completely beneficial to what he does? I didn't so much have an issue with it, but I get where people are coming from that want it to be true to the comics. Because in the comics, this is very true. He did have he had web shooters.
He made it. He
Yes,
invented
because
the
that
web.
was one of the running things of the comics. Running jokes. He used to run out of fluid during fucking battles. I get that.
And that's when he always has to retreat.
Right.
It's always like, oh shit, I would have saved the day, but I ran out of fluid.
But I mean,
like, oh,
they're
now
not-
I gotta go take some pictures to
But
get
they're
some
never gonna
money
do
to
that,
make
though.
some new shit for my
they're never going to
shooters.
do that in the movies, though, because, he always needs to be able to save the day, so he's always going to have, like, enough fluid, because
Well,
it's
now
gonna
he
be
does because he's
whatever,
hooked up
whatever.
with Tony
Stark.
Stark. With Stark, so
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah, he's got
Because
suits that-
supposedly he's going to get a
Tony
brand new,
Stark.
he's going to get a brand
Yeah,
new.
I did that. Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. I was
It was Tony Dick.
something for a minute. But supposedly he's going to make a new Superman movie.
He names a new suit every time.
Well, that is true. You pretty much, superheroes get a new suit every movie.
Did you Spider-Man in the Iron Man suit with the?
They did not.
No?
Wait, what?
In the Iron Man suit.
Iron Man
The
makes
Spider-Man suit, yeah, he does.
It's got 3.
Oh, wait, I
Yeah.
get what you're asking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I'm
did
thinking about
that
something
in
else.
Infinity
Yeah, they
Wars.
did the Iron Spider suit, yes. They did the
Iron
Spider
Spider.
suit.
Oh, that's cool.
It helped a lot. Because without it, he probably would have got sucked out into space and died.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like, when they show you cool features on the suit and then actually show the practicality of them and not just, oh, it can do this.
Did they do Cloud9?
Like, well, giving the movie away because you're not going to see it. But Tony Stark tried to get him to go back to Earth. A spaceship came down. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. Tony Stark flew in to see what the fuck was going on. Ebony Maw was on the spaceship. He got into it with it. Well, no, he didn't get to the spaceship that way. He got into it with Ebony Maw on the street. Him and Dr. Strange did. They got into it with Ebony Maw. And then they ended up going back to the ship. And Peter Parker showed up. Tony Stark told him to go home. Parker didn't listen. He ended up waving onto the ship and went up into space with them.
Yep.
So they was on the ship and he was trying to figure out a way to, because every Maw had captured Doctor Strange. That's what it was. He couldn't get the time stone off of him, so he just took him. So he had him in like a trance and was toting him. And Tony Stark had snuck onto the plane. on the ship with, not with Spider-Man, but they both snuck on it. So Ebony Maw didn't know they was there. And Spider-Man was like, when he found Tony Stark, he was like, we should do like this movie. And then he used the movie Aliens as a reference, but that's like off camera, you don't see that. And then Tony Stark blew a hole in the wall, and it sucked Ebony Maw out into space. And Doctor Strange was finna suck out too, but Spider-Man webbed him and caught him, and he was finna go out too, and the tentacles like caught the wall and kept him from going out. And that was the practicality of it.
And then they could have brought in Venom from that point too, because they're out in space. You said, right?
Yeah, but you know what I think they should have fucking did? They should have stopped bullshitting. They should have made Life a Venom prequel. That movie was fucking Venom. You never saw Life with Ryan Reynolds?
That shit was creepy as fuck. Jake Gyllenhaal.
I might have to watch that over again. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds. It is creepy as fuck.
They find
it's like an organism. It's like a single
life.
cell
Yeah, they
organism.
find life on Mars, and they bring it here to a space station to try to see if they can figure out what it is.
Yes.
And it starts replicating
But
and
they
duplicating.
feed it.
Yeah.
Because it was fine until they fed it.
Well, they brought it back to life.
Well, no, but it didn't start acting up until they fed it. Like,
Yeah,
they brought it back to
it-
life, and they was, like, rubbing on it and touching on it, and it was all fine. But they fed it, and when they fed it, that's when they started growing and mutating.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they fed it. They gave it some sugar.
Yeah,
I think that's
sugar.
what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
sugar or whatever. They gave it sugar. And it fucking
Fucking-
mutated
dude,
and went
kills
crazy.
Ryan Reynolds in like the first
The
fucking
first couple
20 minutes. Yeah, it's like Jesus.
Got
Christ.
inside his suit. And, like,
No, inside of him.
well, it got inside his suit and then went inside him.
Yeah.
Like, because it got inside the suit and then it crawled up in the mask of the suit and then it went down his throat. And, like, it is completely disturbing. It is very disturbing. But if
Yeah.
you make that creature black and give it a sort of inky-like vibe, bam, bitch, you got a symbiote right there. But when you watch it, you're gonna think Venom. That's what I thought.
Minus the fact that it doesn't actually attach to anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't attach like a symbiote.
No,
but
it just it sucks the life off the one dude's leg. It was like attached to his leg. And
It
was
did
eating.
do that. Yeah, I forgot
It
that
was
because he
eating.
was paralyzed and it snuck up his pants leg and
It was
was
like
sucking on his leg.
yeah,
for
and
like
it kept on
hours, and
evolving
they
and
never knew it.
changing and
So Rudy might be right.
simulation.
Yeah, because you guys talking about that. You know what I thought of?
What?
I heard Ryan Reynolds, and I'm thinking, man, remember when Ryan Reynolds did that Mac Miller movie? That
Mac?
self-care.
What?
This man is a nut.
No,
I remember.
Ryan Reynolds was in a movie that
But how
was,
did that make you think of that?
what you guys
When
were
I think
talking
of Ryan
about.
Reynolds, I think of National Lampoon.
Or what's the
National
restaurant one?
Yeah, Van Wilder.
Waiting.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waiting.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite movies from him. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Or the one with the little girl where she...
Dude, Pokemon, he's really good.
I like Pokemon too. That is
He
true.
was really good in that.
I like Pokemon.
I loved how that felt out. That was a great movie, and the fact that it looked like he was talking to a Pikachu. Like it looked like he was talking to a Pikachu, like I talk to my fucking cat.
I mean, I get that.
That's what it felt like. The graphics on that shit was amazing.
I mean, it better. It's fucking 2020.
That don't mean
Well,
shit.
that came out in like 2018.
Yeah, that came out a minute ago.
A box. What's it called? Ryan Reynolds
Damn,
in a
Fox